No, we can talk afterwards.
Yeah.
Okay, let's turn that on, that one's on, so I'll let you start with that, cause this is probably gonna be a little while too.
Yeah, this is gonna take us some time. Sorry,
excited.
sorry it's gonna last a little while.
No,
tonight,
it's
We gotta
one,
get-
the
yeah.
easiest thing to say is if you don't have anything to talk about, then we're not doing anything.
Yeah.
Alright, so this is a community meeting for March 31st, 2022. Present tonight is Mayor Hughes, Councilperson McNamara, Councilperson Cuss, Councilperson Shrestha, and Administrative Assistant Barb, and myself. Alright, I think let's just start off with the big one, right? The software. So, since our last meeting, we did purchase the software. I've spent the last 2 weeks digging through it pretty thoroughly. There's still some things that we gotta kind of talk through and work through, some logistic stuff. But ultimately, what we'll do before the pool opens is we'll have some type of manual for the people at the front office there.
And are they
So-
gonna do any kind of like training, or is that up
We
to
can,
us?
we can absolutely do some training. It's actually not that difficult to use. So I think we're gonna be okay.
Okay, like even like, not that younger people are any less or more intelligent, but even some 17-year-old at the doorway of the pool is gonna be able to get how to do it.
Yeah, I think so.
I think if we can. Caring aspect where, you know, when you have like a level job, are you gonna spend the time?
Yeah. So, right now, the pool has an iPad, right?
Yes,
So, I brought my iPad, I have the software, it's an app you download, I have it loaded on here. I found a USB,
Okay.
or, you know, a barcode scanner, basically, that works.
Nice.
So you open up the software and the software, the computer software is slightly different than the iPad, so I will show you both. So when you open it up, you do have to log in, all that information on how to log in, and there's different levels of access. So there's like a front desk access, there's like John would have certain access, and then the administrator, who right now is Mayor Hughes. What I think might be better is if we have someone at the front desk that also has the same access as John does, just because of some of the features. And I'd hate for someone to have to call John over all the time. Most stuff, check-in and all that type of stuff can be done with really anyone.
can
So,
I ask a stupid question?
yes.
Is there anything so personal that it would make a difference from my access to John's access? Is there something that we wouldn't want somebody to have
Yes.
access to? Okay.
So, and really, I don't think it's as big a deal between John and like a front desk person, but with your access, you can give, and this is what we'll do for the premium passes, we'll give them a credit for concessions that
Okay.
can only be done through the administrator.
Okay.
So
there
they're
are some
physically
things.
not paying for it, so if we say water's $2 and they get 12 of them, they're gonna get $24 put on their account.
Okay.
And so we can add money to the account for the marketplace without physically taking money.
Okay.
So
makes
that's
sense.
really kind of the big piece, for it. Alright, so someone comes in, hopefully this is still working, and, oh, come on. So let's see. Oh, I probably didn't sync it, hold on. You know, it likes to lose connection when you have it turned off.
I'm gonna say, yeah, I can't see it up there anymore either.
Now, again, that's gonna be, the computer version's just a little different. But they work basically the same. This worked when I tested it with you the other day, so.
You know it's not gonna work. It's gonna
Yeah.
take you 5 minutes because it's just, it's
You know
the
what?
pressure. Always.
It knows.
It knows.
Yeah.
It always knows.
I don't think that's the same one I used the other day. So.
That's probably one of the ones deactivated.
Yeah, alright, hold on, I can work
You're
around
good.
this, I can work around this.
But that's just it. Obviously, if the system has some ways to work around it, then.
Yes, so.
So this was the first time I got to see it was today.
So log in, and I am logged in as the mayor right now,
Okay.
or admin. So these are two passes I created. This is what I asked them about in our call today. I said, you please tell me you didn't actually print these.
Okay.
So one is mine and one is James.
You're gonna hate what I'm gonna bring up at the end of this, I'm just fair warning you.
Okay.
You're gonna kill me.
Alright, so there's James, let's try this. Of course it's not working now, I should have tested this before I came over here. Tell you what, I'm gonna close out of this.
We trust you.
Yeah, we got you.
Yeah, what it's gonna do.
I'm just gonna log in again. Oh, it's cause I don't have internet.
Do you want it?
Here.
Is it in that folder,
No,
What's that?
the internet?
You told it to me once before, do you know it off the top of your head? I'll just let you put it in.
I think I did.
You don't do better
Find it
than
and
me.
add it, that's why it's not doing it, cause I don't have internet, it's, cause it's cloud based. So the computer and the iPad, they'll sync together.
And what we'll do, probably in the next week or so, Barb, try to remind me to do this, we'll go down and test the internet. Because it's not used all winter,
Right.
so sometimes we do have to, last year was,
So,
last year, 2 years
Let
ago.
me, I'm gonna try the other one off the screen. Oh, I have to sync. Let's sync it to,
Hold on, let's just try the iPad one. We've got time.
Yeah.
We're okay.
We're
Okay, so let's talk about something whilst
Yeah.
we're doing that,
go ahead,
cause you're gonna kill me for this.
go ahead,
So, this goes back to the photo ID cards.
yeah.
Are we sure we don't wanna just do the E ones? And the reason I'm saying that is I feel like you are gonna okay, so the way that we have it set up, and I'm thinking about one person in particular, and it's not me, however, I am this person too. I don't agree with spending the $350, but I also don't, okay.
Go ahead.
You've got the membership prices at $100 for a senior, but basically we're telling a senior now they really have to pay $104 or whatever instead of $100. Which is, in one aspect, I look at it as even if they write a check, so there's still a
Good work.
fee.
Premium, yeah.
Yes.
And if they're a person that uses their phone, like again, why are we making somebody get a card if they don't really need a card because we're too cheap to pay the $350? And I'm not saying this because I'm in the same boat. I don't want a goddamn card because I'm never gonna use
The only
it.
thing is, I feel like seniors, we should ask them, but I feel like seniors prefer.
Paper.
Physical thing.
Well, that's the
That's
point.
what you would
You
think.
can have all three.
That's what you would think. That is what I thought, working with retirees. Fun fact, 75% of everybody over the age of 65 uses a smartphone and accesses most of their things through an app.
I don't disagree
I
with that.
was blown away by that number.
My mom would probably be the type of my dad would definitely would rather fly. Okay, I'm gonna say it this way. My kids would have to put it on the phone for my
Right.
mom, but she would rather have that than to carry around a card because my mom refuses to carry a purse or anything because she's scared to take it into a store.
Well,
That makes sense.
That's definitely.
She doesn't carry. My mom has not carried a purse in 10 years.
That's
But I guess we could
definitely-
offer that we can help them put it on their phone.
So
Yeah,
and
that's-
Leah may kill us, but as I was going through that last night, and here's my other theory behind this. At the end of the day, we're basically, in my way of thinking, we are actually going to be paying more making people get the cards than the $350. Because at $3 per household, that's 100 households, and you're gonna have more than that membership wise.
900, yeah.
Well, technically they're paying for it, but yes.
They're paying for it until they scream at John and them that they're not paying for it, is my concern.
I worry about that too.
I completely worry about that. Well,
For the
Yeah.
people who have been members for 20 years,
I mean, I have one person in my head, and you know, if you think for 3 minutes, you're gonna know exactly who I'm talking
Do
about.
I know this person?
Yes.
Do I know?
Do I hang out with this person?
Yes, I could
Yes.
just see her like, what the F is
100%.
this?
I would know who you're talking about.
And I'm not saying she wouldn't do it, but it's my thought too that if you want me to have this card, you.
She's not gonna have too fancy for the card.
Because we would put it on our phones. And I guess I didn't catch that. I guess I wasn't until I asked that, and that it is my fault for not asking more questions then. And Leah may kill us if we do say we're spending $350 more. But I feel like there are going to be, there might be 5. There are gonna be members that are gonna be upset about, I understand it's $5. But if they
It's the
don't,
card thing, I think it's more not even the cost, it's the thought, it's,
because I don't want one.
yeah.
I don't wanna have to carry something else.
It's the extra
I don't wanna have
situation.
to remember another thing.
And the only reason I think about it is my Planet, or is my gym membership card. Like, it's on my phone. I used to hate, I mean, because they won't let you in without the card. Like, it's not, they won't just, they do now, but there for a while, they wouldn't let you in without the card. So you had to drive back home to get the card. Like, now it's on my phone. I never leave home without my phone.
Okay, so here's the other part of it, what about like the 10-year-olds that don't have a smartphone?
Well, and that's what I was asking him. Even the kids that are like, but again, the families have the option of,
Can we do household accounts?
Can we look them up?
Are they under a
Yes.
household account?
Yes.
Well, and a
We can look
10-year-old isn't gonna have, if they don't have a smartphone, chances are they don't have a place to put a card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're not, 10-year-olds don't carry around wallets or purses.
right, it's almost like we're making people spend money on something that they don't really need and they don't really want. But some might want it. Again, for those people that want it, I think it's fine.
So can we have it as an optional thing?
Well, that's
Can they?
that's what the $350 is. They have the option of it being an e-card,
Okay.
which the village is paying $350 to give residents that option. So technically, we're paying for it, but it's actually cheaper. Here's the issue.
Cheaper to the community.
It is cheaper in the long run for the community to spend the $350 if the majority of people do the e-card. I wouldn't pay,
Yeah, I got.
All right, well, yeah, let's do it then, let's.
Yeah.
I mean, well, I've gotta make sure Leah doesn't wring my neck.
Yeah, cause
Um,
she already
thing to
asked, am
change.
I gonna get any more bills from this? I
Jason,
said,
is that a
"No."
hard thing to add?
Oh, no.
No, that was why I was asking that. I mean, I asked that question today because I guess I started thinking about and so I didn't ask enough questions, and once I realized, cause Barb and I had it, I was like, I'm not paying for a card. I'm just telling you, I'm not paying for a goddamn card I don't want. Why am I? Because I didn't realize.
Adam the question in all kinds of ways to say, like, what if someone fills out a paper application? Are they gonna need a card?
Yeah.
What if someone doesn't wanna have a card? And I didn't use anybody's name, I was just trying to get an answer.
Because I'm thinking people are gonna mail a card, and is John gonna have to explain to them that they still owe $4 for the card because they don't have a card? And that's where my concern started coming in, because I'm thinking, as me, I don't want a card, why am I paying for it? I don't have a problem paying for the membership, I don't have a problem, and if you built it into, if you would've just bumped up the price $5, pay for it that way, I don't care what you do, but I don't wanna pay for something I don't want.
I
Yeah.
agree with you, for sure.
Yeah, I
I
agree.
hate paper. I don't wanna carry
I think if
everything.
Leah would be okay with it financially, I think it's probably the best way to go.
Yeah.
I just think overall, and I'm sorry, Jason, you're the one that wanted to do that E1 to start with, and I think we all talked you out of it until I actually used my brain.
I'm fine with it either way.
And
I think
Adam seems pretty flexible in,
Yeah.
just tell me what you want me to do.
But I think I like the idea of people that want one, they should be able to get one and get it mailed to them. I still believe that. I mean, I think that you may have some people that actually, you know what? For the person that wants a 10-year-old ID card for their kid to go somewhere or whatever, at least they have, it's a way to get one for $1 or $3.
Yeah, I think I agree with you because.
I don't know what that does to our form, so.
Do you want a paper card, yes or no?
I think it's just an option, I think it just turns it on as an option.
Paper or e-card?
If you want it,
Yeah.
yeah, you can get it.
But it's
if you
gonna be,
don't.
it might just be for us how we're gonna handle it. For the
Do you
people that
want-
write a check,
Yeah.
is I guess what I'm saying.
We put it on the form. Do you
Yeah.
want a paper card?
Yeah, we
Additional
just add
fee
it.
$4.
Okay, so we'll have to do
Yeah,
it.
but the additional fee for
That'd
it.
be
But
nice.
if
Yeah.
we're doing the 350 thing, does they still have to pay for the printed card?
And I think we
Yes.
should also offer that we would help them put that on their
Yeah.
phone if they would need that.
Right.
Yes. I was telling her the other,
And it's 360, just.
okay,
to clarify,
I just, I'm on,
360,
nah, I was telling her the Sign Up Genius thing 2 years ago, I had a lady that she would text me or call me and say, I wanna come to the pool tomorrow, and I don't know how to do it, and I would do it for her every single time. I was like her personal concierge.
Wow, we have that?
Is it?
Just call me.
I never knew that.
You have no idea some of the
Rapid
things I did
fire
behind the
round
scenes on the
Very
pool.
expensive,
That's the executive.
She has the
Executive
executive
suite.
membership.
So let's start at the beginning, where.
Okay, so now start over again.
So, let's go back to application, right? So, this is the test link, just so you guys can see.
Oh, yeah. This
This is not the live version. Oh, see, it's already added senior memberships. And so we can actually use this right now and type stuff in. So let me put my email.
Wait, should we do, yeah, okay.
It doesn't, because this won't go live. So.
Oh, yeah, you're in.
He knows
touch,
we're
right?
testing like
Yeah, I'm
crazy.
in test mode. So here are membership options, right? Classic membership, and then he fixed
You
membership
did,
already.
that was quick.
He did it while I was on the call
That's
with him.
awesome.
Weekend evening pass after 5, premium pass for residents only, and senior membership 65 plus. If I click on this, it should open up the flyer, and it does.
Nice.
It's nice,
Alright.
make sure it's
So
the right dates, cause last year it was the wrong dates.
it better
I know I
be.
did my best.
May 27th is fixed.
Sorry, that was you? Oh.
No, I'm the one that did the flyers.
Wait, you uploaded the flyers?
I'm the one that freaking messed up the
Yeah, and if you
flyers.
haven't seen
Oh,
the
okay, I feel
flyer,
better now.
you can see
Yeah,
Blame it on me.
David.
the two resident, non-resident memberships are at the top. So the classic membership and our new weekend evening. It shows
Okay.
resident rates and non-resident rates. We've looked at the prices so many times, they better be right.
How do you
There-
prove that you're a resident?
You have to
Their
put your
address.
address on the form.
Okay,
Yep,
so we just look it up on the auditor or whatever?
yeah,
Well,
Honestly, we don't go that
we've
far.
done enough
yeah.
that I basically know.
Cleaned
You
up.
know everybody,
Yeah.
you're just.
Well, I
saying-
know what streets aren't in Mineral
Right.
Park.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
They can use the QR code if they wanna get to this as well from there. The premium passes, you notice it says for 20 residents only. So we are capping that off.
Oh,
then-
wow.
And then it does talk
I
about,
better buy it now.
Do we wanna put how many bottles of water, or they can just,
Well,
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
24 for the first person and 12 for every
Each
person
edition.
after that, so how do you
Yeah.
say that?
Yeah, I
know.
would, I would
It's something
leave
that
it.
will fit on a
And
flyer.
honestly,
24 plus 12
don't set
wide.
yourself in there with, you know
Yeah,
what I
what
mean?
if we,
Yeah.
yeah.
we can,
If people wanna know the specifics,
We can
they can
add
ask
it.
that question.
Yeah.
we can add it.
Shouldn't there be like a more deep, okay, here's my thing. I am the type of person that will look at this theoretically, I'm not on council, so theoretically, I'm going to click on this and say, I don't know what the heck these memberships mean. I need to click on something for clarification. Do we have something outside of a flyer? Because I feel that that is not enough information.
What do you
So-
feel like is missing?
Okay, what I feel like is missing is, I don't know what the weekend and after hours membership really entails, like I would like a little blurb about it, like, okay, does that mean after 5 on weekends too, or weekends, all?
Oh,
So
right there.
this is the
Yeah.
cool
Perfect.
page.
Okay.
Yeah, can we do it? Is this okay? I mean, we can add stuff to it.
Full memberships will go on sale.
It's
there are
very
3
basic.
levels, classic membership, all the fun you've come to love, weekend evening for any time, Saturday, Sunday, or after 5 PM on weekdays. I would add in, does that include holidays as well,
For what?
for a weekend evening?
Yes, yeah,
I can
okay,
change that.
Holidays
It would.
included,
Yeah,
yeah.
and holidays, so say, my question is,
okay, but,
Labor Day's
whoa,
on
whoa, whoa,
Monday.
whoa, it's still only after 5 on the holidays, we're not letting them come in on the I see what you're saying.
The holidays are Mondays, yeah.
Right,
Yeah,
so
all
is
the
that a
holidays are
weekend
Mondays.
because
No.
it's a
I see,
holiday?
okay.
No,
Or
it's a
is it
Monday.
after so that's where I would be like, oh, I don't know, I would wanna. be like,
Well, no,
I'm
because
off.
it says Saturday, Sunday.
Right,
actually does
so,
say.
but should we let them come all day on the holidays?
No, because after 5, no, I wouldn't, it's too busy.
Well, if we're charging more for guest
Right.
passes, then I think we can't allow that.
Yeah,
Right.
but I feel like that would make a lot of people kinda salty, but just keep that in mind.
Well, they're paying less for it,
Yeah,
so,
that's true.
yeah,
I mean, can still come at after 5 on the
Yeah.
Monday, Labor Day anyways. And
Yeah.
some people may not wanna be there all day Labor Day. They go to cookouts or whatever, and then they wanna come to the pool afterwards.
right.
Yeah, and bottles of water, here I think we should specify.
We can put some more details here, right?
Or just like say total per household per day or whatever, doesn't matter, you
Yeah.
can divvy them up as much as you want.
And I think we're gonna add here that they can call the office if they wanna pay by credit card.
Okay,
So, and we'll swipe it, the point and pay system is not quite where it needs to be. but
okay.
Hopefully
And
we'll
then-
get there soon.
Down there too, I would put, need help with like blah blah blah, need help installing the app, we're happy to help.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
It's really not an app. With the
Mm.
E-Pass, they'll get it emailed to them and then we can put up, I think they have directions that we can post to our
I
site.
think that's awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
on how to load it into your wallet.
And
Okay, but pretend I'm a 90-year-old woman, I'm not gonna get, like, I'm barely
No.
gonna get, you know what I mean? Like, at
No.
this point, I'm gonna be like, what's the number I need to call to figure out how to, for.
I think when we
Yeah.
post
Yeah.
that, I think we should definitely make sure that we post that in the post of, when we're posting of this post.
Mhm.
Wait, when we're
Including
talking
that
about a
post.
post, are we talking
Post that we are
about social
going-
media or are we talking about
I
this
think it
page?
should be
How many
everywhere.
posts are
Yeah.
we talking about, the posting?
Why-
When we post this information about you're gonna get your card by email, I mean,
Need help, need help setting this up?
Yeah.
When, it's something, we could put something like that, need help,
I
the
put
first,
need help with your access granted account and
Yeah,
I'll figure out how to word that.
yeah.
yeah, but it
Call-
should be like everywhere, because I
Right.
feel like just having one data
Call it
point
a
on
pool
one.
pass account.
Yeah,
rather than
I agree.
Pool pass
access
account.
granted.
Yeah,
that would be nice
Because
to
the
have.
site
that.
AC is labeled
Is
pool
pool
pass,
pass all one
not,
word?
it's hyphenated.
So, I mean, and I plan on being there Friday, Saturday, cause we're actually gonna do, anybody that wants to go. The plan right now is Friday at noon. We plan on being, Memorial Day weekend, Labor Day weekend, the Friday before that, we typically do like a little cookout at noon. And we invite the officers, but we'd like to do it down there, depending on weather. We like to do it down there because we can include the lifeguards and John.
Yeah.
If we do it in here, we can't really include them, cause they can't leave and come down here, so.
Yeah.
We typically close that Friday at noon and go down there, so my point is, I'll be at the pool Friday, I would probably be there Friday, Saturday,
fifth?
Sunday, Monday.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just to kinda, it's opening weekend, I do
Oh,
tend
yeah,
to,
yeah.
I do
We'll
tend
talk
to
Wait,
be
about
what
down
if I
there.
have
We'll talk about
birthday?
that too.
Yeah,
Okay,
when are you due?
we good?
I'm due the 17th.
Of
Okay,
September?
I can't commit to that.
You
yet.
have to have her on the 15th.
Alright, let's back up.
16th, you and me are a day apart.
21st.
Are we really?
Yes.
That's awesome.
Wait,
I was born on the
17th?
15th.
We're never gonna get that.
I'm on the 14th, so I'm
Alright,
not thinking.
We got a lot to do, so,
But anyway, so I can't commit to that date because I might be in labor.
for Labor Day, that's fine.
17th of when?
Because I
When
literally
Labor
will
Day.
get labor for Labor Day.
That is so funny.
We got the senior memberships on here, 65 plus. I assume that's for residents and non-residents, so it
Do
doesn't.
we have a lot of
Yes.
65 and older that come?
Believe it or not, yes,
Earlier in the
There's
day.
like a club,
yes.
And
you
then,
have to be invited.
I know, they don't really hang out with me much.
day
Yeah.
passes, $10 and up, this is all the pricing we talked about, so. And we do have the wording at the bottom that came from our attorney, credit cards will, no, sorry, that's not from the attorney. Credit cards will be accepted, please visit,
But it is on the other sheet,
but yes.
from the attorney.
Alright, so let's go back to, okay. Application fees will be displayed at the bottom of this form. This is where, this might change slightly,
If,
because
depending on what we do.
application fees right now are for the pass itself. The
Okay.
physical card that people will get, okay? So, don't focus too much on that yet.
So with that, maybe what we could do is application fees will be displayed at the bottom of this form. If you opt for an e-card, there are no application fees if we change it, once we go further.
Alright, you select your membership, whichever one you want, let's try a weekend evening. And I'll put in my address, and it's already on my computer. And there's that, and my phone number. Here's my, I'll put James as my emergency contact. Okay, pretty simple, right? Nothing special there. You can put an enter a membership alternate number, sorry. And then this is where we put how many people are signing up. And I don't think there's a limit on this, oh, it goes up to 8.
Yeah, cause I think that's all we have. Okay, so keep going, cause I'm gonna ask my question.
Yeah.
Don't.
You can upload your photo,
Mom's information.
Yeah.
right? You can upload your photo, and this works from your iPhone,
Oh,
whatever
so you
you want.
can
Pick
take
your
a flower
photo,
and-
nice.
Yes, you upload your own
Oh,
photo.
I'm gonna put a cute one. How about that?
Um,
No, I'm kidding.
let me actually fill this out, cause I wanna actually send this into the application portal just so everyone can see it.
Okay, so are we to the point, is there a babysitter option once you get on here? Or how's that gonna work?
You just don't.
Cause isn't that a different price?
It
I think
is.
it's
It is.
$80, isn't it, for whatever it is,
But we don't necessarily need a picture,
of the baby.
I've got the hand
But
copy of the flyer.
we-
Yeah, that needs to be in there, I feel like.
look at this, let me see
Oh,
my picture.
wow.
Jeez.
Oh my god, this is awesome, that's so
Alright.
cool.
And then
I'm
you can,
uploading a picture, I know.
you can edit it if you want.
Babysitter is 70 for residents and 80 for not.
Can we
Stop
upload a
it.
picture of the babysitter?
It's very shiny.
The babysitter doesn't have to have a picture because the babysitter could change over the
Could
course of the
change.
summer.
That's what I was
Yeah,
thinking.
uh-huh.
I think I'm more concerned about it being in the price,
I'm assuming here.
cause it's not gonna
It's
price
not
it.
gonna, it doesn't show the price though.
I didn't even know there was a babysitter option last year, BTW.
Yeah, okay, I just changed it back to 1 because I don't wanna, you have to check all this stuff,
Okay,
so you have to agree to everything.
Yep.
Is there anything else we need to know?
all that lawyer stuff, that just says
It takes them
they're not
more
gonna
than-
sue
it's
if they
actually more
break
than
it.
Yeah, it's the same stuff we've had in our paper application for a while now.
Okay,
Right.
so it automatically does that, I saw that.
Yep,
Alright,
so, which is not the right price, it shouldn't be $15,520 for one person. It should be
So that's just the application fee, should
$4
we
in
specify
tax.
for, cause people are like, why do I need to pay an application fee, should we specify for, like, for physical card, right? That's gonna be specified?
We can ask if we can change the language on this a little bit.
Yeah, because that's confusing to me. I don't know if anybody else feels that way. I feel like David's, you're kind of.
I think this will change too if we add that.
Yeah, you're-
Oh,
If
yeah,
we
it's gonna
add
change.
the E-pass, I think that's gonna change.
Yeah, cause he's gonna have to put a box if you want an e-card or if you want a
Yeah.
physical card.
Right,
Hang on.
so then, and we're gonna change the wording at the bottom that they can call the office if they wanna pay by credit card.
Okay.
So what happens when you click it to click to payment? Nothing yet?
No, well, not in the test version, it says application submitted.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
The old paper application had a place for a person to write down their credit card number when they mailed it in.
Yes.
We did a lot like that last year. I don't know if that's on his application or not, I can't remember.
Okay, so I just got an email saying my application's been
As to
received.
that,
So thank you for submitting an application to Minerva Park Pool. We'll email you when your application is processed. If you have any questions, email assistantmp@minervapark.org, which was wrong before, and reference your application ID. You can click here to open a support ticket.
and I just got an email saying an application has been submitted by J.K.
Okay.
Park.org, blah, blah, blah.
So here's my question, eventually when you click where you just went, is it ever gonna send them to our page that they can pay for it?
Eventually.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I
Once-
was- okay.
Once
Yeah.
Coin Pays live, there's supposed to be a way for us to link those two things together.
Okay,
The question's gonna be, and we'll have to talk to Adam about this, it will end up being two links, because if they want the physical card, which would still be an option, they'd have to pay them first, and then it would have to direct them to our link where they would pay their
For the
fees.
membership.
Yes.
So,
So, the other option is when Barb gets these emails, she could have a form that she emails back that says, here are your options and here's the link to pay by credit card.
here's where I'm gonna say this is she's gonna be so busy, it's not even gonna, because for the next 2 months, she is going to be processing credit card payments, credit card numbers are gonna be wrong, she's gonna have to call them back, they're gonna, I mean, it,
I run into
And it's permit season too.
and it's permit season. So we have one person that's gonna be taking all of the payments and doing all of that. Even when the pool opens, what happens is they bring all of that information, they process the money and everything, but they're still gonna be bringing all that information, and I'm gonna assume they're gonna do as much as they can down there, but even at that, it's pretty constant, so hopefully on their downtime, they can do that. But I'm concerned with April 4th, people dropping them off nonstop, making sure we don't,
There is an easy way, we have to put it in a spreadsheet, but for any paper applications, we can
Okay.
actually upload an Excel file into it and we'll just automatically put it in.
That's the best way to do it,
Oh,
for
yeah.
sure.
yes.
And I have tested it and it does work.
Okay, so I
So
think
it's
the only
pretty
thing I'm
easy for
concerned
that.
about still is that stupid membership card linking it to ours.
yeah, this, you would lose me here, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would go, okay, what is the stupid fee for, I don't understand, I'd click out of it, and then I'd
Pick
call
up the phone
Barb.
and call.
Yeah, and then that.
And then she's gonna be answering the
Yeah,
phone
and then-
3,700 times and,
For the same reason.
Okay.
and here's why I know this. So when we were doing COVID, we had one person that was working in here, and I can tell you, I was on the phone every single day, all day, calling people back, getting credit card numbers, I mean, they were calling me to make the payments on the 5723371. Because this person gave this person my number and then this friend wanted to go, cause we were the only pool open. But I'm telling you what,
Still credit
I was
card.
doing the credit cards. Yeah, I mean, I was sitting here running, like,
Yeah, it was nuts, yeah.
it was crazy. And I'm just thinking, you have people
Right.
walking in the door, we still only have one person and it's her that's gonna be, and then we have court twice a month that she literally, there is no work until court's done and everybody's gone. So I just don't wanna make it confusing, but like, how can we make it to where it's easy for,
Well, I mean, easiest would be if we allow them to charge everything. But the processing fee is a lot higher.
The easiest way is to, like he just said, let them handle everything.
Yeah,
No, I think the easiest way, I think you're still gonna be out more money is for the village to pay for the cards.
well, that's.
I don't think you would
Yeah.
lose as much money.
Yeah,
You think about it this way, 5% of a 200, what's 5% of a $280
yeah, no,
membership?
it's a good chunk.
That's what I'm saying. So if somebody really wanted a membership card, it's gonna cost us $5. It's gonna cost us $20 at 5%.
So if we do the extra 300, that just gets us e-passes.
Right.
And
But-
So-
then the
but-
village would pay for the membership cards as well.
No, I mean, no, I'm saying that would be cheaper than the 5%.
If you want to pay for cards, you
Yeah.
pay for it.
Yeah, you'd still pay for it.
What if we switch the
We've given you the
order
option.
and we say we do an application
Mhm.
and you put in your, it links us to us, and then after that, hey, do you want a paper card or,
And then it
Then-
links you to them.
yeah. So the first thing that comes up isn't an application fee or a weird fee for $5 before you even completed an
Mhm.
application.
Yeah.
If you switch it
Yeah.
around.
By the way, you have
I
the
think-
opportunity to
And
get a
it's not
paper
just,
card.
and that's
Yeah.
where, and just to be fair, it's not just $5. I mean, some of those go up, like if you have 8 people in there,
Yeah,
it could
was like
be,
12 something.
Right.
Yeah.
But, if you do it that way, I think you wouldn't lose me personally, this is anecdotal, this is based on how I would use the internet, basically. But if they wanted a random fee up front, that would turn me off, and I would be like, are you sure this is right? If I completed an application, the application said at the bottom, okay, if you want a paper card, click here, it will direct you somewhere else.
that's a good way to do it,
Yeah,
if we
I
can do
much
it.
prefer,
Oh, we can ask them. I
Yeah.
don't know exactly.
I agree with that.
Because we
I get
didn't,
what
we
you're
weren't going
saying.
down that road, so
And
I
it would
didn't
still-
really.
Yeah, I'm the one that screwed you guys all up on that. I just feel
completely
like-
agree with you,
Yeah, I just feel like John's gonna have a lot of pushback for people that just, I don't wanna pay for a card,
right,
when they're standing down there.
I
And,
don't want her.
and here's the thing, you don't
I don't.
necessarily need it, because
No.
it's pretty easy to look someone up. So,
Correct.
so now, so I submitted it, right? Here's my test, that's your phone, I kept thinking it was mine. So it comes into our application portal, and then we have to approve it before anything gets done. So they wouldn't get their card until we've looked at it, make sure the pictures are good. They won't get their e-pass until we approve it, anything like that has to be approved.
And as of right now, I'm the person approving those.
No, I think she can.
She
Anyone
can't
can,
do-
yeah,
okay.
yeah, anyone can that has access. Alright,
I just
so,
wanna make sure she has access.
so here it
so.
shows, it would say, hey, I paid my $5.20, it's a test submission. What did I buy, the weekend evening, it kinda goes through the whole thing here. So I can just look at that. I can sync it with the pool pass
What is that?
system.
What is that?
That's gonna push it over into the members
Gotcha,
database.
yeah.
Yep. So now it's saying, oh, look, we actually have someone else that's also registered to that. Do you wanna use that person's name or address? So I could say, yes, it's me. And then, oh, which picture do I wanna use? Oh, I wanna use this one.
There's no way for somebody to steal your pool membership this way, right?
Correct.
Right.
Just making sure.
Um,
Because I've been getting a lot of mail from people that have historically not lived here, because I'm a stalker and I know everybody who's lived in my house.
so then I hit continue.
'Cause I don't want to wait, you know what I mean?
It checks all my information. Do I
I
wanna
still
keep it
get
the same?
from all the
Yes.
police.
Although I'm changing from classic to weekend.
People that have never lived
So I hit continue.
here.
Sync and approve. Then I will get an email again saying my application's been approved and we can put anything we want. Thank you for joining the, well, let's see if I can spell right. English here.
And that's where you could send them, well, but no, we're not gonna have to send them membership numbers like we did before.
No.
Right.
No, so it didn't work because I'm already in there, but
Should we use that as an opportunity, a marketing opportunity, and say, don't forget to check out our concession stand, new this year?
oh yeah,
Get your indie merch.
because we're collecting,
Yeah.
we're collecting it. Alright, so here's the basic stuff. So let's say I didn't have my card, right?
Okay,
So I can look at every,
So is this what the pool staff would see?
yes,
Okay.
and it's the same as what's on here.
so,
The only difference between the iPad, and this could be an issue, the iPad and this is that Marketplace is only available on a computer. It is not available on the iPad.
gotcha.
So that could be the only issue.
Okay.
Um,
Well, it just means we're gonna have to either obviously
Well,
get
we have a
something.
laptop we could take
There's-
down there.
yeah.
Maybe.
Alright.
Is it gonna
so-
overheat or anything?
Huh?
Care about that?
so I can look it up by my address, so 4840.
Might,
Black Sycamore.
Look it up by address, can you look it up by name? And what are
I'm gonna
the,
suspended myself. See, I've done
Oh,
so much.
man.
I've done so much in here.
You
Alright,
get so rowdy.
but I can also look it up here. 48, 40, what, no matching, oh, cause that's the, well, it's right here, 48, 40. So I can just click on it,
That checks
and then
out.
I hit check. And it's, is it just me, is it me and James? Check in the member, and now I'm checked in, and you see the number goes up by 1. So this
Okay,
tells
so how
me
do you
how
check
many
out?
people.
This is one of the things I was curious.
Do you need to check out?
You don't
No,
have to.
there's reasons, and I'm,
Oh.
yeah,
What
I
is
would like to see
you
the
could,
reasons.
you'd either scan your code,
Okay.
or we would.
When you scan it, it shows a little thing on the thing that says in or out and you click it.
Yep, so let me
Okay.
go back and let me add me again, so I'm gonna hit check again. And now it says, at least one member is currently checked in, do you wanna check out? And you say check out,
There you go.
check out the member, now I'm checked out.
My, like, one of the things that I had said was, and I'm just gonna be honest, not as blunt. Just for people that want to find out how often somebody's down there. Let's say you work at Chase Bank and you're working from home and you're down there 6 days a week. And this is technically a public record. So can somebody come in and request how many times Jason was down at the pool instead of being at home working?
Shouldn't we protect people's privacy?
Yeah, I would
No,
say
you're not, it's
not.
public record, Yeah, you can't, no, that's not an option. And it would be the same as an elected official, if I were down at the pool every day and somebody was like, she's down there every single day from 11 to 12, okay, well, I'm only part-time, but still, I mean, it could be,
But does it, I mean, the question is, does it matter if you're working from pool or from home if you're getting your work done?
To some people it might.
to a lot of people it might.
Optics, you know?
Yeah,
It's just, it's again, just knowing what is gonna be out there and what's not gonna be out there.
yeah, and it
So-
will be in there, I'll take you through that.
So, I mean, yeah, so it's just, in the grand scheme of things, does it really matter? If
I have
you're,
a friend who works for the Defense Supply Center, she's a buyer and she works from home. If she was working from the pool, how do you think the federal government would feel about her buying things for the government?
I mean,
At
my
the
only
pool.
concern is
Like
that it's
the
not a
Catholic things
secure
box?
Wi-Fi
Correct.
connection.
Yeah.
It just, there
But
are
the-
people who
but
would
the
say
fact
it
is
doesn't,
if
it just
this
doesn't
friend-
look right.
but if,
Right.
the fact is if this friend has let her employer to have to check a public record, then she's doing some shady shit, so.
probably.
But like, is it our responsibility to do this?
It is.
But people are,
Sorry, oh,
some people are shady. And you just don't know what people are gonna wanna find out.
Well, exactly. And some people wanna know things that aren't their business. I mean, just for whatever. So, yeah, that was, so it was just a quick question, you know, it was a question to know what we can find out, what we can't. But technically, if you're on your lunch hour, you can literally clock in and clock out and, okay, great. That person was only there 45 minutes. So that's what I wanted to see how you do check
On the
out.
other hand, on the other side of that, so you see someone that's supporting your pool, you know, you take your top 20, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I,
Give them free
So-
merch at the end of the season, or
Yeah.
whatever.
something like, do a giveaway to your
So
top.
let's talk about guest
10.
passes.
Yeah, cause I like that.
I think, yeah, Adam showed us a way
Mm-hmm.
to do it, I think that's a great way of doing it. The other thing that I thought of, let's say they get the 10-pack, right?
Right, cause I've done that.
I would do like we do for every membership in here, it goes under your street address. And I recommend we don't put road, street, whatever, it's just a little easier to look it up. So here's an example I did, this is a 10-pack, and in it, I put, this is for Jimmy, Johnny, and James, you know? And so we can put those notes in here, so that when someone comes and says, oh yeah, you know, we have a membership, my name, you know, I live at blah, 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 and you look them up, oh, tell me your name, right? And if it's Jimmy, Johnny, or James, they can check in.
Yeah.
Okay, so this one's gonna
But
be an
it doesn't
interesting.
have to, it does not have to be there, it's just an option, right?
Right. So this is actually an interesting membership and how we're gonna have to figure out exactly how to do this one because we're gonna have to track the 10.
So it depletes it.
It does, okay.
Yeah. So I check it in, and there's 10 on here, and
Now there should be
now it
none.
says there's
Yeah.
none left.
Sweet!
Yep,
That's awesome.
so
That is awesome.
we
Yeah,
also.
I didn't think it was gonna be that smart.
We also have this option, let me go back to mine. So let's say I wanna buy 10 of them, right? Whatever, I can just add them to my account.
Oh, nice. When
So
you're
there's
logged
10 on
in.
my account, so now when I check in, I checked in 4 minutes ago, do I wanna
It's
check in
important, it's
again?
really
Well-
I really love the pool.
I thought I would bring up the guest one too, but,
Check James in.
No, wait, hold on, let me try it again. Where did my-
It says 10 passes.
Oh yeah, I can use it, I can say, use one of my guest passes, use guest pass. My recommendation, if we use a guest pass, is that we take down address or something like that, just because I think we should, you never know, right? If something happens,
Just make a note for sure.
I mean, we
in
still have
case the system
COVID
goes
going
down,
on.
Yeah.
as much as we don't like to know who was at the pool, what time, we do have a little bit of contact tracing with that
Yeah,
capability.
and I think that's,
Right
yeah.
So, you know, you
And
could
for
put,
liability purposes, I'm sure
Yeah.
legal's gonna be like, we just
Yeah.
need
We
to
can
like
put
know who was there, cause if somebody shows up and says,
Johnny
hey, like,
Smith.
I got a doctor version, I got a necrotizing fasciitis from infection from your pool, and we're like, who are you? We have no record of you.
What
Right.
infection is that?
alright,
Bad
It
one.
doesn't sound
eating
very,
bacteria.
just say
alright,
that.
so now
I
my
don't
guest
know if
passes
it's
are
old.
used, so Tiffany,
Right,
what you
but-
didn't see is that
Yeah,
you
so
can add them to a membership as well.
should we add?
So
ask
see
for
here, I
name or
added
address
9 to
or
my
something?
membership,
I
and then when I
think
checked
so.
in, I had the option of using one of my guest passes.
Okay,
So you can do it either way, you know,
Okay.
you can link it to a physical member,
okay,
and then.
cause I do that.
Yeah,
Like, so I have a membership, but then I do that for, usually for my kids, cause they
Yeah.
only go here or
Right.
there.
right.
I really
Okay.
know where you-
So, member list, managed, statistics, this is the information that's taken, I think the only big one in question is, guest use frequency. Because all this other stuff, we've had ever since we've had the pool and started taking applications. So we already know how many members joined on what day, right? That's pretty simple. Member history, this just says how many members we have for the pool. So as the season goes on, that number should start to climb because we've added members,
And our plan is to start taking them Monday.
yeah.
And there's member use frequency probably, and guest use frequency
Yep,
probably
we'll get to
first.
those. So
Okay.
membership types, this tells me how many of each kind we have, real simple. Member use, this is the one that I was saying. So this says, hey, I've checked into the pool 6 times.
See, that's
This
the
is
one
the
I'm not a
one,
huge
yeah,
fan
this
of.
is the one, that's probably the issue. Guest use, this shows my address, that's it, it doesn't say, you know. Yeah, that's really it. And then occupancy, how many people we've had at the pool each day.
See, that's what, that one's good.
Maybe we should just do address and not just like person. I don't know.
Well, and I
That
thought,
makes me uncomfortable. I feel like that's a great way to get sued about privacy.
well, that's why I brought it up.
Yeah,
We should ask
I
people
mean-
about that.
Yeah, but what are the chances that someone's gonna come in and ask that?
You know
Okay.
what?
But you
You
never
know, I'll explain it later.
okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
So,
better
There's-
safe than sorry.
there's this log as well,
But
this
it's-
again,
That's like the whole, that's like a great reason to have, I mean, this is, like, as much as I don't like that, I mean, this is, like, for me, it's all about the it's not as much about the member. I think for me, I don't care how often the members are there, we have them, they are like, they're already coming there, like, I wanna know why these residents aren't members that have come 8 times. I wanna know why these people are not, so like at the end of the year, I mean, that is some good data to have at the end of the year,
Yeah,
like,
I agree.
okay, you could have literally brought your kids like,
Right.
what is the reason? Like, I think that's the kind of information, like, how do we get more members, how do we get more people
Yeah.
I
coming?
think we should
Add pool
do
stuff
it
to
by,
our survey.
by,
yeah,
yeah.
oh no, we'll be able
Absolutely.
to, cause we'll have everyone's email address.
But
I love it.
demographics,
So-
I love it.
yeah, we should just do it by address though, I feel like that's less
I
invasive.
don't know. I don't know if there's a way to do it just by address.
Cause how do you separate member 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5?
Well, then how do you?
Well, and I,
recognize
Yeah.
just so you know, I think that was what was confusing to me, and this is, and I look at it as how did JC Pool do it, and I know it shouldn't really matter. And Taylor Tanner and I did have, all of our photos were on there, cause I remember them taking them, but we all had the same, like when we walked in, it was 147. We walked in, the kids knew that, but I was
That's what we
147,
had
147,
done.
140, yes. But they used something like this because again, we had all of our pictures taken or whatever, so it didn't matter who, like, and I think that's what I would like, is if it just said, 2540 Jordan Road, checked in, da-da-da-da-da-da, it could be Taylor, it could be Tanner, it could be me, it could be whoever. So I liked that idea, and then when I realized it was individual person, it's like, okay, personally, I don't know that I want every single person to know like how many days I was there, or how many days he was there, or like whatever. So that's when I started thinking about, okay, I could see one particular person really taking a liking to that kind of information. And
I can think of one
Yeah.
person as well.
so it's, but, I mean, again, I have nothing to hide, I mean,
Right.
as far as that goes, but to some people, it could be taken in different ways. So I liked the, you know, if there was a way to do it to where it was like just, and that's what I guess was confusing. So if you have 5 members,
No, we did. No, we
Well,
didn't.
At
Do
your
like
house.
your Jimmy James Johnny thing
Yeah.
that you did on that one guest pass, where it's
Then you aren't checking
it's
unnecessarily.
member number 140,
See,
it's membership number 143, and then you list the member names, you say, tell me your first name, and as long as it's on that list.
okay, so go back to the membership, okay, so if we're not doing the ID cards, which is where they make some of their extra money, and we're just doing the e-passes,
You could give anyone.
I mean, I see what yours,
Each barcode would be unique, but there's nothing to say that you couldn't send yours to one of your kids.
right,
Now, if your photo's in there, we would see your photo, but.
right.
I think we should be able to see photos.
I think photos should be good,
Yeah,
I just don't
photos.
think it should be, I think it should not be accessible information for multiple reasons, including privacy, including stalking situations, just like something that
We,
has come up, you know, and things like that.
Yeah.
It's just-
we did ask if
Kanye
it could
is-
be turned off, and they said no, unfortunately.
But can
so.
we just have some sort of disclaimer where everybody signs for
I
legal?
think that's the
that
best
says, hey,
thing,
we can't
yes.
disclose this information for privacy concerns, etc. Everybody signs that consent, and we don't share that information.
Staff, you mean?
Staff, whatever, yeah.
I think that's
We just
probably
have
the
make-
best
I think we'll
way
just
to-
have to ask legal as far as, and he
Yeah.
will be here, next Wednesday for court. He's out of town this weekend, so I
We wanna
know
know before,
he's out of town until Monday.
maybe I'll email him first thing Monday morning and say,
Yeah.
when you get a chance, I know you're swamped from being gone, but
I think
It-
that, okay,
Sorry, it's just now that I'm thinking about it, you know, just like, yeah, Kanye, like a Kanye situation. That's very real in real life, and that makes me really uncomfortable too, that somebody, you know, a partner.
I just want, I just, again, it came up for that reason. I just, yeah, I mean, for me, I just wish it was just something that it came up like, I don't care if it's you there or, you know,
Even
James
then.
there, it doesn't really matter to me, so why can't it just be a check-in for that house?
yeah.
My only concern is what about the people that live alone?
True. Yeah, it solves my problem, but it doesn't, you're right, it doesn't solve that person's problem.
I think that's a good idea, the waiver about, you know, anybody who has access to this data, which would include folks here in this
This is
building.
confidential.
Yeah, just for privacy.
But I don't know that that flies with this being a public pool.
Well, let's,
But this
I'll raise it
data
by
isn't-
Jesse.
But it's,
Because
but
data
this
is not
isn't.
part of it.
So we had an
Right,
issue,
this
so here's
isn't-
what I will
this
tell
is
you.
Minerva Park property.
The reason that we don't collect, the reason that we have not gone as far as to collect email addresses like you guys are wanting to do is because those all become public record as well.
Everybody's got it, I can Google anybody's email address.
Pretty much.
Yeah, but you can have a private or a separate email address made for these situations though, you know what I mean?
True.
You can't change your address for privacy reasons.
Right. No, I'm just saying, there's a lot of things that we've wanted to do and legal basically advises us that that becomes a public record.
Tiffany,
Yeah.
I got a serious question.
Oh, bye. What?
Do you think Alexa is recording you in your home?
Oh, all I'm gonna tell you is understand this broad knows every time I go anywhere, anywhere.
Yeah.
So no, I am not that paranoid, here's what I'll say, I'm not that paranoid person because if you wanna know, you can find out. I do believe that. But
100%.
some people believe that we should be making it more difficult for them to find out. But no, I absolutely, you think there is no privacy anywhere, anyhow, anytime.
It's not.
I agree with that, because there's not.
Jason just says,
I know.
But
I
there's
have
not.
Alexa in every
sorry.
room in my house. So.
I do.
Yeah.
If not
In
that, I
the
have a Google.
bathroom.
I
I have
have
a-
3 Googles, 4 Googles, and an Alexa in my house.
Yeah.
My phone knows every,
Uh-huh.
we went to the casino, we came home, and you start getting slot machines on your phone.
Yeah.
They know where you're at.
Yeah, they know you.
They know where I'm at.
When I got in the car to come over here, my phone told me I was coming over here.
Yeah.
It displayed up on my
Oh, I know.
GPS that I was going to.
Do you know how embarrassing
Because
it
it's always
was?
Thursday.
Right, but do you know how
Yeah.
embarrassing it was the first day? It was like, you are 17 minutes from Hollywood Casino. I'm like, how
Yeah.
do you know where I'm going? I'm not
Some
going
of that's
there.
RFID that they use that bounces off your phone, just
Yeah.
FYI.
I was like, I'm going to
Um,
Polaris. That's not where I'm going.
So there
Got the
is,
subject at hand.
I know,
Something to think about, because that makes me nervous as a.
I think it's
Let's
really
talk
just a
about
Jesse
that.
question.
Let's
Yeah.
talk
I'll reach out to him
Legal.
Monday.
yeah, I don't
For
think
sure.
we hash it out tonight, I think we talked
No,
about it.
well, because we can't, I mean, here's what it is, it is, whatever he tells us. I mean, I guess that's the way I usually answer that way.
Here's the other nice thing I like about the log, let's just say, some random Tuesday, we're closing the pool because of weather, right?
And we
It's
do.
thunderstorms, we can actually put in this log, pool closed today for weather. Right?
And then we can remember,
Yep, and then we have it. Here's another thing, let's say John's we may not wanna use it for this, again, this is all public record, so, Johnny Smith, it could be anything.
And diarrhea.
Yeah, it could be anything, right?
Yeah,
Um,
Daria Koss.
Let's just say.
Pooped in the pool.
Let's see, that's not how you spell it evidently.
I mean, you never know.
no, you
Well-
don't, but there are times in which I'll say it, that the ambulances have been called, there's police have been called,
Yeah.
you name
I
it,
feel
so.
like you
it
should
would be
have
nice
this
to have
for-
that log.
Yeah, like for safety purposes or whatever, you should log
Somebody
because of
fell.
emergencies,
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah,
Yeah.
and you should like
They do
identify.
that.
Yeah.
I mean, they do it their way, but like, since we have an actual system, it would be nice to log it that
I
way.
think that stuff should be
But we
logged.
should also protect the
So-
system that not just anybody.
So that's the basics of the check-in software and how it works.
Yeah, you guys
we
might
have-
these if I poop.
We have Marketplace, so I'm gonna actually switch over to
Well,
manage
this
the
one I see.
Marketplace.
Cool, I'm just gonna.
Because I've put a lot of stuff in here, so like, see, I put in bag of Fritos, again, the 1 ounce bag of Fritos is a lot smaller.
He brought in
I actually dropped
Use this
it in.
little, it's about this big.
Yeah, they're more like
Little
lunch
bag
box
of
kind
For
of
Fritos.
walking
little, like,
tacos?
Hey,
Yeah.
that's one of those, that's how you
Yeah.
call those low carb ones, cause there's like 3.
yeah, there
100
was-
calorie pack, cause there's free
Yeah.
Fritos in it.
It's 160 calories, by the way.
Still?
And
Exactly,
Yeah.
what?
But, so see what I put guest pass in here, I'll probably take it out, bottle of water. So it actually will show all this stuff on the
Oh, I like it.
merchant site.
And did we find out for sure about the tax and stuff yet? Because here's what I'm gonna
We
tell you,
haven't.
I know nothing about any of that stuff and don't even ask
We
me.
haven't, but just so you know, you put the tax rate in here,
This price
and then
isn't bad.
it will add it on.
Okay.
So with the
Did
marketplace.
you get pictures from Brian of prices, I'm sorry, but of the vending
No.
machines yet? Okay,
No.
he did take them.
Okay. So we can add anything we want, we can put our merch in there if we
I
want to
think
do
we should have
merch.
merch. I'm so
There's,
excited for
you know,
merch.
tons of different stuff we can do in there. I just played around with a bunch of stuff and
Just to
downloaded
see.
pictures, just
Same
to
thing
kinda
with
mess.
pricing, one of the things that I
Yeah.
wanted to do with pricing is I wanted to compare what the vending machine has and the pricing.
Can you please
So one of the
send-
questions that I asked today,
The photos.
when we were in that meeting today was, my understanding is it's like easy pay for like Westerville schools, and you'll get to this when it's time. So like, I put like $100 on Tanner's account and it can be used for, like, you can use it for like sports and, $150
They have the little
sports fee or
shops in the
whatever.
schools.
Yes. So, but with Tanner's, the main thing I use it for is I put like $150 at the beginning of the year for his lunch, and then once it starts to run low, which reminds me I gotta look. But the thing that was a little different with that one, which was disappointing, but we have to think about is, so they charge you like, it's either $275 or $375 per every time you put, whether you put $10 or $200.
Yeah, they do.
It's like $275 or $375 flat fee, okay? The way that they do it is, if somebody puts $20 on there, this is how he used round numbers, if somebody puts $20 on there, the village receives 18. We
So-
cannot pass the fee on, so
Right.
we need to make sure, but here's what I didn't like, there's two things. If we're only open on, let's say, holiday weekends to start with, let's just assume, and Susie puts on $20 for Jack, and Jack uses $2 in the weekends that we're there, because we're not there all the time, maybe we are, maybe we aren't. And then there's now $18 left on her account, and she calls and says, I want my $18 back. We've gotta mail her the $18, except it cost us $2, she only spent $2.
I don't think that fee should ever be able to be returned. I mean, you lose it, just like when we're at work.
I don't disagree.
At my office,
Yeah.
if we have to do a refund,
So I just-
you're gonna get the prorated amount,
So
sorry,
I-
the fees are the fees.
Yeah.
So I think what we're gonna have to do is just make sure that when we do this marketplace, I mean,
Yeah.
I don't have a problem in government, so I don't know if it's different. I mean, I don't have a problem saying it's completely non-refundable. Guess what? You can use it, on that last day. If you choose not to come to the pool that day,
Yeah.
you know you've got $10 on there, just use the $10 or don't,
Well,
it's gone.
The nice thing is when you go to the marketplace site, you don't have to say, I wanna just throw $20 on there, you could say, I wanna buy a Coke, I wanna buy
You can buy
Fritos,
individual.
and it will tally that up and give you your total, and then
Okay.
you just do the total.
Okay.
So you can do either or.
Either or,
Yeah.
okay. Cause I
Um,
like the idea of just throwing money on there,
Yes.
but at the end, but at the end of this story is,
Yeah.
Taylor had $21.
Uh-huh.
I actually, 2 years later, I just got it.
Oh,
They actually
geez.
mailed me a random
Yeah.
check for her, they did cash it out eventually.
So this is how you would add for water, right?
Okay.
So I just put my name in here, I said add money, it would be, if they're $2 each, $24, right? For
Okay,
both of them.
I see what you're
You
doing,
would do
yeah.
that, and then, let me see, I wish I had done this today. I didn't take it, oh, email it, okay, so let me email it to myself. No, hold on, how do I send this to?
I got them. Cause I forgot you didn't put them on this tablet.
Ticket enable.
I forgot that you put them on this tablet.
I don't remember how I emailed it, but somehow I
I don't
do
know.
that up to myself. Here it is.
Love you, bye, thank you.
No, it's not sending.
It's probably
Oh,
like-
again, I'll come up with,
More pictures of the
instructions.
prices and an idea of the things, so if you scroll that way.
Let me copy this ticket number.
Yes.
Manage,
So they have the bottles of pop is $2 that's currently down there.
oh, see?
And
The
they have-
bottles though, right?
the
Not
bottles.
cans. Okay.
And then the bags of chips are $1. But
Can you tell
again,
how big those bags can be?
no, but I would assume that they're like these right here. I would
Not like
assume.
the little baby ones, but the next size up. Like the
No,
ones
I'm
you
gonna
get in
assume those are
variety
baby
pack.
ones. I don't think they were that big. I mean, I wish I would have.
So you can scan the item if you wanted to,
You bid on
um,
that? Or did you bid?
I got it.
I thought.
Speak Google.
I would almost bet anything there's these, but I could be wrong.
They're real
That looks
simple,
about like the
just
song
take a
I'd
note
expect.
And it dries out beautiful.
I have to.
I would-
Look this and everything.
I
those are
actually
the
ex-
1 ounce sizes, right?
I would expect them to be these in the vending machines.
That's crazy.
I mean, I don't think they're the big ones, not for $1.50. Do you think there's food in there? God, I wish I knew.
So you get a QR code, right?
Hang on.
We scan the QR code,
How many calories in the Fritos?
160,
That's what they are.
okay?
I can see it.
That's a 1 ounce bag, and how much are they charging?
$1 each.
Wait, check the
These are what
Doritos.
we're at.
Check
Yeah.
the Doritos, cause that'll match up.
The Doritos are about the same.
There.
130 calories, 150 calories in this one, so that might be smaller.
Making me hungry, so.
I know, I
Um,
could.
But you see it's just added, so this is me checking it out, so,
Yep.
oh, you had $10, okay, you wanted Cheetos, I put in you can scan the barcode on the bag.
And these are
You know,
last
either
year's
way.
prices, just so you know, so
Yeah.
they could be
You
different.
can scan that, and then you would redeem it, and it would take it off, and it would email me, so I'd hit purchase. They were added to my ticket, it should, since I put my email address in there, I think it will email me here in a second. Yep. I just heard it, here's my purchase, so see, this, as a parent, right, if you sent
It's
your
nice
kid
to
down
see what
there.
your kids are
Yeah.
Now,
using the
they're
money
getting
on.
that
Doritos all
email
day.
saying, and it said, oh, look, I just bought a bag of Cheetos, I have
You ate
875 left.
14 bags of chips.
That's exactly, mine would be empty, it would say 0.
So that's kind of how Marketplace works,
Okay,
right?
That works.
And I'll get instructions, because again, I messed around with this last weekend and I've been on jury duty all week, so.
what the heck?
Yeah, I'm on grand jury.
Is it interesting?
Yeah, oh yeah, I've done 84 cases already, it's crazy, yeah, in 4 days.
Everybody I know gets, my wife has, you have, other people I've known have gotten to be on a jury, and I desperately want to, and
I wanna
I've never
do it.
gotten to.
Yeah.
I've
I got
never
jury
either.
duty, and then I was like, I'm
Okay.
gonna take care of my kid, can she come? And they're like, no thanks, we'll ask next year.
How, we feel okay with pool software?
Yes,
Can we
done.
move
Move
on?
on.
Okay,
A
thank
little
you.
complicated.
I think it will be easier,
It'll
I
be
kind of
repetition.
showed you a lot of stuff,
Yeah.
really checking people in is not that hard, there's a lot of behind the scenes.
Okay.
So, okay, let's talk about the opening weekend,
Yes.
alright? So, Memorial Day weekend, we've talked about some of us going down and volunteering. I don't wanna make anyone go down there, but is anyone willing to go down?
What are the dates again?
I think we're just planning on doing Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
What's
Yeah.
that?
I plan on being down there Friday just to help John
27th
with
Friday.
memberships
May?
and, yeah.
So it would be 20.
I'm sure I can make it down one of
I
those
have a
days.
glucose
29th and
test,
30th.
fasting test.
Which is,
What is it?
I think it's the 28th, 29th, and 30th, right?
I just see the.
It'll be a
Yes.
Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
Yes.
What about the 27th? They're opening on the 27th.
Yeah, I think, we'll consider that a soft opening.
Cause school will be out, and then the ice cream truck's gonna be there. Do you remember what time I said?
Saturday?
Saturday.
I got 1 to 3.
Is it,
I don't know.
is it soft serve?
Little ladies, 1 to 4
Oh,
Saturday.
nice.
1 to 4.
Should we ask more than
So-
one food truck to come?
No, because it takes away from the other ones.
Yeah.
And
And
they
it's-
have a $200 guarantee, little ladies.
I don't get that without any issue.
Yeah, they'll
Yeah.
get that.
So, I'm really thinking maybe just do it from a certain time to a certain time, like
Yeah, like
12 to
lunch.
5 or something. What time's the pool open?
Noon.
12, noon?
Noon.
Why
So
don't we
noon to
do
5 or
that?
something. But I thought about, I kind of want us to do like a big, hey, grand opening of the pool.
I
Let's
like
come
that.
down and
Yeah.
celebrate and, you know.
Here's what I'm gonna say, I wouldn't
Okay.
wanna interfere with the little ladies. So if we did like a fun thing, let's do it Sunday.
That's a good idea.
Okay, but what about, but just selling food?
No,
mean,
I think,
just
no,
think-
Saturday, Sunday,
I just
Monday
think
is
it's
the
whole
concessions.
weekend of,
What
you
is
know,
the lady
opening
just
weekend of the
Friday?
pool.
Saturday.
Did you wanna do like hot dogs, hamburgers, I
I
think?
think so.
But I wanted to do that just like, if
We can
we're,
do it just one day.
I
That's
think
what
you
I'm
should do
saying.
that
Let's do Memorial Day
Sunday.
or
Yeah,
Let's do that
make it a
Sunday.
fun weekend
Sunday?
then.
Okay.
Yeah.
if we're gonna do it, let's do that Sunday.
So hot.
And I'm
too.
only thinking that cause I don't wanna interfere with little ladies.
That
Yeah.
makes sense.
That's
And then-
nice.
And then we
Mon-
have 2 activities.
Monday is just one of those days I have no idea where I'm gonna be or what I'm doing because we're too far in advance. So like for me, Saturday and Sunday, no issue, no problem. I'll help you. And Friday, I plan on being there to make sure we help John.
Yeah.
Do you want me to
Um,
see if I can find somebody to come Monday, like J-Pops or somebody like that?
No,
I
it's
can
just I
help on
think
Saturday and possibly Sunday.
Yeah, I can't guarantee which day, but I'm sure I can make it down, at least one of them to help out.
Might
Exactly.
be able to help both,
And I'll,
just so you know.
and anybody that can
Probably
make it Friday too. I mean, I'm opening Friday up, just not even to like do this, but just
it's gonna
making-
take a minute to get people in.
well, I plan on having it on 2 iPads
Yeah, okay.
for the first, maybe 3.
Yeah.
And come
That we will
right
take down there the
Like a
first
bikini.
weekend, because you can have multiple people signing up for
Absolutely.
memberships that whole weekend.
Oh, I
Um,
don't need to do the stickers anymore because I found a way for it to change the color and actually put either classic or weekend or something like that on the
Cool.
back.
Okay,
So we don't have to worry
Nice.
about that anymore.
okay.
The other thing I forgot to tell you about these is that they have this fancy little, so people can't lose them, and they also come with a lanyard that you can also switch out that goes around your neck. And this was like
Have a few of them on the
30,
lifeguards, yeah.
probably 30 and change.
Well,
on
and if
Amazon.
the marketplace you said has to be on a
It does.
computer, okay. So I think what we need to do is make sure that we at least have 1, if not 2 options for the marketplace computer down there for that weekend.
Yep.
And same thing, I think for that first week, the whole week, I need to make sure that we have at least 2 or 3 iPads set up for the pool.
Right.
To be able to check people in, check people out, whether it's a laptop, an iPad, whatever we end up doing, but we're gonna have to figure that out in the next 30 days, so. 1 iPad's not gonna cut it. I don't
Is
want
that
people
all the
standing
village has
outside.
right now?
Yeah, you don't want people standing outside for
No, no,
20
no.
minutes.
No, but it should be pretty, as long as they have it, it should just be scanning people in there.
There should, we'll have to
But
have like a
that's
2 to 3
different.
No,
queues.
that's when
Yeah.
people,
A queue for people who already have their membership
Correct.
purchased,
Yes.
go right in,
Yep.
and then another queue for people who
no,
need
I'm
to
telling
sign
you,
up.
they sell a crap ton that first, probably
Yeah.
2-3 weeks.
And I'm wondering,
Yeah, let's make it.
I'm wondering
work
if,
with expedited and-
it's because at the pool, we've accepted credit cards for so long and we haven't advertised it as us
Possible.
accepting it.
No, it might help, it really
Can you
might.
do a discount if you do it online?
There is a,
No, residents if you do it in advance. We don't wanna discount them for doing it online because we're losing money already because they're paying. Anybody that pays with a check, we are making a lot more. We want people to drop off checks.
yeah,
We want old school because we are old school government.
Okay.
That's why, we want the checks. Like, I am a credit card person, but I'm gonna pay with a check because it costs the village money to pay with a credit card.
There's
I
always
thought we were
some kind
passing
of
that on.
service fee
Yeah,
or
I thought we
whatever.
should just do.
cause that's what we included in the legislation.
We did, but we really can't.
We can't here,
Just think on dining stuff.
because.
We can't charge, if a membership, here's my mindset, and I'm just saying this. If I walk into the pool and a membership is $280, I better see $280 on my credit card receipt.
Okay, so we're gonna make memberships $285.
You already passed legislation, guys.
Yeah, we can't change it now.
We can't change it.
Yeah,
That's what, okay.
So
It is what it is.
I'm hearing though, we're gonna pass the fee on, but that is not what's in legislation. Yes, there could be a fee,
no, it was.
or there could be, but that's not how much a membership is then. I don't agree with that. Like, when you go to a gym and it's $14.99, it's
Right.
$14.99 is what hits my credit card. The
Right.
fees are already in that.
Right.
Built in, right, so I think we already, when we did the prices, did we build in?
We just upped it $5 because that's what we do. We honestly probably should have gone higher, but then people would be mad.
Right.
And I think you do have to tread lightly and go slow, but
Well,
I do not see people paying, when you go to Myers and you buy something at Myers and they tell you you're paying the 2.5%, you're gonna go, oh, hell no, I'm not. Are you
How
gonna
much
pay the
money-
tax at the end?
How much money are we gonna lose if we just let people pay that fee by credit card?
Oh,
Make it
it's-
convenient, so that way we save on labor.
Well, so at the end of the day, we've always done it. It's always been the 2.5%. That's nothing new.
Okay.
The reason that we're not doing this company is because it's 5%
plus a dollar.
plus $1.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Per transaction.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean,
And-
So
Yeah.
we've always done it this way, and this is not, I mean, Square, it is what it is. Like, you have to, every business has to accept credit cards. So like, I would love to be able to say, it's an additional $10 processing fee for the membership, but I think you're gonna get pushback on it.
Yeah.
I mean,
And we have our butts covered in legislation if
have
we
it
decide to
covered,
do it.
Yes, we have it covered.
But I don't
so.
see that flying very well.
It's like you're stuck between a rock and a hard.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess if
Like
you
set
came,
the precedent where you like are doing like the bare minimum, but you're like trying to make it better so it's more
Well,
convenient, but it costs money to
so-
do that.
Yeah.
but we've not
Here's-
done anything any different, so I don't have a problem with the, I'm just saying, I pay with a check just so the village doesn't have to do it.
Ticketmaster,
I don't want us to
when
be
you
bought
buy
on
a $50 ticket on Ticketmaster, you're not charged $50.
No, there's all
Everybody
kinds of
knows
fees.
that.
Yeah.
Right, there's all kinds of fees on that.
So, you know, I think that to a certain extent, people would probably understand because they know that it works at Ticketmaster and there are probably other places that, I only think of Ticketmaster because we just bought tickets.
That is, yeah,
Yeah.
So the only thing that we should do, just, I think this is a learning experience, and maybe for next year, we should do it like the
Yeah.
nail salon does it, where it's this price and you get a 3% discount if you pay with cash. Or check.
There you go.
That might be something to.
So I think one thing that we could do this year, I know it's a little bit of work, but it will give us the data we need, is probably in this notes field, we just need to say how they paid.
Yeah,
And that way we
can
have
get-
it
yeah.
and we can see
Are you
what
on
we
the
would.
membership screen or are you on a check-in
I'm on the
screen?
memberships, I'm on the membership screen, yeah.
5%, if I'm.
So we
gonna
can
buy
just
that,
add it
it's
in the
3%
notes section and-
yeah, because we have, and that's where I pulled that out, we have a lot of checks. We do
Yeah.
get a lot of checks in the mail.
Yeah.
We get a lot of credit cards, but we get a lot of checks.
Honestly,
Down there, it's all check, or it's all credit card.
Yeah, here's the thing, what has probably stopped me is because I don't have checks, I
Yeah.
don't write checks, I don't
I do
have
pass
checks
them, I
anymore.
don't, yeah.
Wait, you
And-
probably do Chase Quick Pay or whatever, they send you a check.
Yeah, I do.
That's not very good.
Yeah, they send you.
But then I have no
That's
way,
good enough.
I mean, I see it with my bank account, but then there's no guarantee.
True.
So,
See, I don't,
No, you gotta go
she's already learned, I won't mail a check anywhere, like I'll hand deliver
I don't
mine here.
think you- Yeah.
Yeah.
especially-
Too many people are stealing
I
them.
think you
So-
do Zelle.
So yes
Yeah.
to food on Sunday, right?
I think so.
Okay, Sunday we'll have hamburgers, hot dogs, something like that, we can figure out
I
the
love
menu.
that.
And it's the same thing, are we going to, and this is just,
So like-
are we selling them for X, or are we doing it as a appreciation day, or? and-
Donations?
What do you wanna do?
Selling,
No, I'm not in disagreement, I'm just at,
$3. What does a hot dog cost?
$1.
Yeah,
I wouldn't charge
probably
more than
about-
$1 for one.
Yeah, do a
Probably
dollar
about-
for
$1.50
each.
a hot
But now I'm gonna back everybody up, we don't have an actual real grill that we can cook a lot on at one time.
That hot dogs, you can throw a ton of them on it.
You
Can't
can't.
you just boil them? Don't most people just boil them? in pieces?
That's, again, that's why we're having this
Yeah.
conversation. I mean, we have, like, when we do a company one, you can ask her, it takes forever, and it's just us,
Yeah,
because we don't have a, so, you know, I mean, is that something we wanna look into
We have the
as?
same kind of grill that everybody has at their house.
yeah,
Yeah, so I guess my question is do we want to look into using some of the parkland fund
Then you get a grill.
to getting a grill for the village?
Yeah.
good.
Alright, let's think
Having a
about this.
grill area
Let's think
in the
about the
pool.
logistics, cause this might be really difficult all of a sudden.
No, it's not, no, it's not difficult, it's, I mean, we've done it, I'm merely pointing out the facts that we have never done these things, and the reason we've never done these things is because it becomes more difficult, and we just don't have the things that we should have. And yes, I just said that on public record. At the end of the day, we would use a real grill if we had a real grill. Not a $199 grill like we have downstairs that was donated to us. Brian brings in his own because he would prefer to use his own because we don't have anything that's worth a diddly poop. And it was 15 years old and that one was donated to us, the one that we used before. So it boils down to, if we want to do these things, do we want to do it right? And start doing it to where
Yeah.
we can actually, like they used to
Yeah,
use
you're
it
right.
for, like the garage sales, they used to do it for, Rick Hochstetter used to
They
make,
use EMS.
but we don't have, we used to have a decent nice one, but
Yeah.
after 10, 15 years using the exact same one, it never got replaced.
Right.
So again, I'm not trying to spend village money when it comes to this, but I would assume we could probably use Parkland Fund for something along that line, maybe we can't.
I would think so.
But I would think it's something
Yeah.
to consider. And it would make the event a lot easier and it would be able to be used for multiple things.
Right.
But I would want to
I'd
get
be in
something
favor of
decent.
that. Yeah,
Right.
I'd be in favor of that.
Yeah, we just get a grill.
Yeah. Okay.
Nice
Does
big
anybody
grill.
wanna give me a council, we're not voting for anything, but a council approved, what do you guys think a grill should cost for a real commercial, something that cooks?
Absolutely
I
not.
have no idea.
I don't know what-
My husband just bought a $2,000 grill. and
Okay,
it's
we're not
just-
doing that.
we're not
Okay,
doing
move on.
that.
Too
It's
cheap for
affecting
that.
our marriage because it takes like 4 hours to grill or smoke something, so we're not doing that.
Yeah, it probably has the smoker and everything, we don't need all
Yeah, we
that.
don't need all that. That's ridiculous.
No, we just need a
I
grill.
think we need to look up what some prices are and go from there.
I'll start
Um,
right now.
Times, we don't wanna do this from open to close, right?
No.
Like
No, no, no,
12
no.
to-
No,
12 to
a
5.
couple hours.
I wouldn't even do it that long.
Yeah,
No,
about
no.
the
4 to
3 lunch.
6.
Either do a dinner time or a lunchtime, whichever
One to
one.
three.
I'm talking about having concessions open, sorry.
Oh, shoot.
Oh, concessions in general.
Oh, I already,
Concessions in
I
general.
wrote, I did noon to 5
I
all
think
3
noon to
days.
5, Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
And you can write me down for Saturday and Sunday and a question mark for Monday. And I will also tell you that I think we need to really look at the weather that week. Because obviously if it's freezing cold or horrible, I wouldn't wanna waste everybody's weekend being down there. One of us is probably sufficient or
Yeah.
one going in and out.
Yeah.
But I would like to find out who is going to, my ultimate thought was between myself, Barb and Brian, we would go get and you can go with us, we can make a group trip. We can do whatever we wanna do as far as going.
Yeah.
But finding out, finding out how much we wanna get, how many cases of water do we wanna start with? And knowing that there's only X amount of space between here and there that we can store it. But if we're gonna do it the whole weekend, I don't want somebody to have to go
Going right
every,
again.
if we were,
Yeah.
I mean, I guess if that's not a bad thing to have.
Yeah.
But just being prepared to do all of that.
Do we need to talk about coolers?
That's the next,
Refrigerator.
Yeah, I think we bring in a bunch of coolers for the weekend.
okay,
Yeah, let's not worry
so
about
that, I
foods.
know how much that costs. We bought a giant one, it can fit a body, like legitimately at Costco for $100, but they're not always there.
So I
But-
think, we probably all have enough that we can just all bring them
Yeah.
down there and just.
That's what we
for the
use here.
weekend. Yeah,
Bags of ice.
yeah,
And
get the bags of ice, there's a convenience store just down the street.
Just so why we see,
Yeah,
how it's going.
So we probably need to
that would be awesome.
start compiling a list
Show
of
them
what we
that.
need to run
To make
just
this
that.
happen, yeah.
Say,
It was actually
We
really
need
cool.
plates, napkins.
Screenshot that and send it to me. We're gonna look at it
we
tomorrow.
do for the,
Concession
we do
list.
for the, yeah.
I
for
can
the-
look up prices on Costco right now if we need to.
Well, they have a Sam's Club, so, and I did see they have like little baskets for hamburgers, hot dogs, things that you can buy there. They're typing concessions, it'll all
I'll
come
send
up.
it to the mayor's phone.
So Saturday, noon to 5 is just selling concessions.
Same for
Sunday, we're gonna do hot dogs and hamburgers.
Mhm.
So my question is, first question being, do we want to have somebody that is specifically going to be cooking the hot dogs and hamburgers, and probably 1 or 2 people?
Not the pregnant lady.
Yeah, it's not gonna be me either, I'm just gonna, but I'm just merely saying,
stuff.
do we want to ask
I'm
if John
vegan.
wants to bring in something? Do you want to ask somebody? Do we wanna look for a volunteer? I mean, do we wanna ask JP to come in?
David's
I can do it, if it's Sunday, I'll do it.
It's Sunday.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Again, I'll be down there.
I will be too.
I'm
I'm
not
writing
gonna-
David as grill master for Sunday.
That's it. We're
I
gonna make you a
think-
t-shirt,
Why can't we
David.
volunteer Brian?
We're making you a t-shirt.
I can't recommend all this stuff and not be down there.
Oh, I
to
will be too.
support it,
I,
so-
no, I'm
Yeah.
I'll be
same.
down Saturday and probably Sunday.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
And here's the thing, if you can come in for an hour just to see what's going
Oh, wait,
on, and if
Sunday
it's more.
there's a- what, you know,
Sunday what?
well, there's hot dog, wait a minute, we don't eat meat, so, but we'll still be there.
Oh,
Well-
do we have a vegetarian option?
Yes,
We can find
probably.
something, yeah.
I do think we got a lot of vegetarians in the village.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And
we'll
she's
find
got the
something.
hookup, she knows
I
stuff,
got you.
what
Yeah.
the things are to get.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I won't know.
And they taste.
What about, are we good on food? Sorry.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
do wanna
I
keep
think
it
as
moving
we
on.
get, I mean, I would say 2 weeks before, we're gonna all have to go down there and see
Yeah.
exactly what we wanna do.
But this is why I did this in person and not through Zoom. This would have taken a lot longer. to do.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
like, what?
And it's a chart.
What about,
by the way.
because talking about like opening weekend, kind of making it a big deal, what about a drawing or a giveaway?
Oh, I think we could do one.
You know, everyone that comes in that weekend, we do a raffle or something, I don't know.
Yeah.
Do we wanna do it for some sort of merchandise? Do we wanna do it for something larger? Do we wanna do it for?
Let's get a pool towel and then
Merch.
put, a
Minerva
vinyl on
Park.
it, Minerva Park.
Can you put a vinyl on
I
a
don't know,
towel?
I was just thinking that as I said that.
I don't know, but as much as I think Jason opened this like I hate this, I actually like this. And there's a reason I like this. Feel it.
It's
You're gonna think I'm
microfiber.
weird.
I like
Yeah.
merch, I'm really into merch lately.
But
I know,
what,
we're
what
gonna
is
get
that,
some merch.
what is that
I
supposed
know,
to
but I have to
be?
do this.
Oh,
I
no, this
looked
is
up
not
towels
pretty.
and
You wanna
that's
know
what
why?
came up.
I like
Oh, I
it.
do like that.
Okay, I lay out. I don't want this for that. So this is so like, and it doesn't get fuzzies all over me back
It
up.
doesn't
Feel
absorb
what I'm
water.
It would
feeling.
still take off water, I'm sure it would.
Oh,
It's like
yeah.
a microfiber towel. It's like
This
what you
isn't
use
what I
in
would
fr-
focus
with
on.
towel.
Now,
Huh?
these
It's a body
Tampon.
shaming.
Yeah.
Shamrock, a body shamrock.
Nikki, Anoop could make
Put
that,
that away.
right?
100%.
One
Can
to
you
that
get a
part.
price?
How many do we want?
Do we get a discount?
Okay, so to start, are we at merchandise yet, or did I skip a page? Because I love this. I'm sorry. I think it's
We're a
really.
little ahead there.
Okay,
Hold on,
go back.
Sorry, ADD.
We'll be there.
We're talking
I'm
about
ADD.
drawing and giveaways.
I'm-
Do we
Oh
want
yeah.
to do
Okay,
something?
but this is what I
Yes,
thought about.
this could be
Okay.
something, yes.
Merch,
Okay,
a
all
merch
this,
basket.
Yeah,
all of fundraisers should be slide pool, all centered towards.
Okay, I asked Jesse about if there was a certain amount of markup that we could do or couldn't do on certain things, again, because we're government and this and that. And he said, just anything that we do take in needs to go back into the pool fund, which it would anyways, but just as and it's on there, but anything that we sold, like, there's no limit to if we wanted to make $5 on these, $2 on these, or $30 on these, it would just have to go back into the pool fund.
Well, that's the whole point.
That's
We're
the
trying to
whole
make
point.
money.
Correct.
We're not
So,
trying to make money
so yes,
for
that
anything.
was,
yeah.
we wanted to make sure that there wasn't like a double markup or this or that, what we
Yeah.
couldn't do.
So do you wanna try to do
Yes.
something
Sure.
that
Yeah.
weekend?
Do you wanna do like
You know
a
what I got that I
basket?
really.
Yeah,
merch
it could be a
basket would be
basket,
cool.
It could be free concessions, it could be a combination of both.
You know what I,
Oh,
yeah, you know
Yeah.
Yeti lets you personalize the
Yeah.
coolers, and I got one for, it was like a gift if you donated $200 to the political action committee or whatever.
Mhm.
And then you got like a really nice Yeti cooler, and it had like the Ohio Foot and Ankle Medical
Oh, nice.
Association on it.
We could,
Nice.
I mean, it could be like a day, like Saturday, Sunday, Monday could have small drawings and then there could be like a grand prize.
Where you
or
win
something
3
like
guest
that.
passes.
Yeah,
Oh,
something, yeah, it can be
that's
anything.
great.
Okay,
Yeah, let's do that.
we'll
I'm
talk,
sure
we'll talk about it
of-
more, I just wanted to throw the idea out before I
I
That's
dig it,
spend
I'm
much
all
time
for
on
Yeah,
it.
or like
That's a
a
great idea.
birthday party.
Yeah, the birthday party.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
stuff that doesn't really
Yeah.
cost us too much.
Oh.
I agree with that.
The other thing I was thinking about is what if we give them a special gift for coming that weekend?
Too much.
Like a car magnet that says Minerva Park or
I
something
think
like
that,
Opening weekend pool night.
You know,
If
it
you
could
could-
say Minerva, just the, you know how runners put the 26.2 or 13.1 on the back of the
temporary
car?
tattoo.
It could be something like that, that just says,
Like a circle that says MPP.
yeah, Minerva Park.
You down
Pool.
with MVP?
Wait, I thought that would be a
That's the
cool,
whole thing.
I think that would be a cool hashtag.
I mean, I would do that.
You down with
Stuff-
MVP?
I mean, again, I think it's about letting people in, right? And let's have some
Yeah.
fun. We're talking
Yeah.
about
Do you
like a
think
free
people
thing
know what that
that
is?
weekend.
No, but it's more
And we,
exclusive.
I was
People will be
recommending
where
like
the
a
heck is
magnet,
Minerva
like
Park?
those
Like, why is there
26.2 or
decals?
that
Like, don't you
13.1 that
see?
people put on the back of their cars.
You know, this is really dumb, but if we got something that you guys might yell at me for this, but if we did like a magnet that has like one of our cool pictures or something like that, and it actually had the village phone number, the police dispatching number, a couple different things like that, that's not just,
Like a fridge magnet.
like a
That would be
fridge
good.
magnet would be really cool, and we've done that with the police department, but we could make like a village police or even just,
Something like that, yeah.
or just a village one. I mean,
Yeah.
it doesn't have to include that, but anytime that we can get the 525-3333 phone number out is, a great day, because
I don't wanna say it out loud, but that's.
Well, that's, I mean, that's
Alternative.
one that's on, I mean, not
Alternative
that,
slogan.
but that's the
Well, yeah.
oval, right?
yeah.
And
I
what,
like it.
50, 100 of them would run 362, I don't know, again,
You know who has them really cheap is Vistaprint.
okay.
That's where I used to get my
Yeah.
business magnets.
Yeah.
I don't know that they are.
We need one of those.
They might be super excited. I haven't used them in 5 years.
Yeah,
So again, just printing, just looking at 2 or 3 companies just to see.
That's what I was looking at for merch.
Vistaprint.
Yep, I use it.
I use it
for
too.
Yeah.
That's,
Lewis, I
they're
also,
Canadian,
yeah.
it's a Canadian company.
yeah, I used it for all of my, anytime I order business cards or magnets or anywhere, that's where I,
That's
'cause-
Zazzle's good too.
and that's where, I mean, I'm pretty sure that's even where I got my pins.
Something comes up.
But they always have like
We were
coupons
talking
and
about
stuff
that the
too.
other night.
It's a good slogan.
But we could even use like, I don't know that we would have any pictures or anything, but like Shutterfly or any of those kind of places too.
Yeah, anyways, so we could
See,
find something.
it's just those
possibly.
basic little magnets right there, the business card side,
Yeah.
like whatever. And they have round ones, guarantee you, somehow.
Here's Stacy's idea.
I don't see one here right now. But something free that weekend.
Our slogan.
you know? Is that true?
It's good, yeah, very much so.
Okay.
I did my research.
Uh-huh.
Put it on pins and all.
Oh, come on.
We can have a sign that
That would
says
be
zero
so
days since
popular.
accident.
I think
T-shirt.
for me, it's about getting as many people into the pool as
Yes.
early in the season as
Yep.
possible. So that's why I'm
Celebrate.
like, let's have a big weekend, let's
Let's
give
do
them just give them something free for signing up
I
that
agree.
weekend and showing up.
And something that don't cost a lot of money, like the magnets, something
Yeah.
like that. But then again, if we can cross-reference it and throw out the information, I
Yeah.
think that's awesome.
Yeah, that's fine. But I'm thinking,
Or why can't we do like a commemorative, like 2022 opening weekend
Yeah.
for the Minerva Park pool?
yeah.
Wouldn't that be so cool to
Yeah,
have on your
I
fridge and
think
in
it would
10
be-
years be like,
I think it would be cool to see people in the neighborhood with that on the back of their cars.
Yeah, I
I'm a
agree.
member of Minerva Park Pool,
oh, we could do that.
2022.
Is that too fancy? I don't wanna be like, too fancy. I don't know.
It
People
would be-
have stick families,
It would-
Stacy.
It's not
Well,
even, I just
I mean,
I don't wanna be like,
Stick family in a
People
private
people do want some of the fun things, and here's what and again, don't take this wrong, I don't wanna take away from the pool, but things that we use at the pool and don't use all of, we do things like National Night Out, we do some of those other things, that some of that merchandise and some of
Yeah.
those types of things could actually be,
Use.
used at different
That's a
places.
good point.
So
And
maybe not pool specific.
Yeah,
yeah.
let's not make it pool specific, but let's just,
It doesn't have to be.
it should be
No.
just like Minerva Park Pride, but we should also include it in the pool.
that's
I
a
like
good,
that.
yeah, that one's a good
Park
example,
Ride.
And
yeah.
Minerva
Yeah.
Park Pride, and then why don't we do that the proceeds to that go to the pool fund?
Well, I was saying that as a giveaway, like
Okay.
a, hey, thank you for coming to the pool.
But
this
if,
Invite us,
but if we
Invite
have
us.
some left over or
Just
whatever, we
invite.
can sell them, we can do,
Absolutely.
we could use them for, again, I don't wanna, National Night Out's the only thing comes to head that I
Yeah.
know that we do a lot for, so.
Yeah.
And we order magnets, we order all that kind of stuff for that particular,
And then
because
when
people
we're-
love giveaways.
Then when we're posting for opening weekend,
Yeah.
everybody leaves with a gift.
Yeah.
That's gonna bump up. No one knows what it is, but that alone
Yeah.
will bump people up in
Yeah.
there.
But I would pay $5 for,
Minerva Park Pride?
well, or my others, okay.
I,
It'll stink on the
Alright,
outdate.
do you wanna talk merch?
We'll order at
Let's do
least
it.
10 of those.
Okay, so I just got a sample.
Put them on the back of all the cruisers.
I don't wanna go overboard, right, because if it's not successful, I don't want the village to be stuck with a bill
yeah.
for a large amount of stuff, right? So I did get a few things, I thought, hey, who wouldn't possibly need sunglasses?
Ooh, that would be
down
big,
at the
I would
pool,
think.
Right, oh crap, I forgot my sunglasses.
Better
Oh, you
save
have
that
some for
park on.
$5 or $8 or something?
But it
Yeah.
says Minerva Park on it, right?
Yeah, it's in
yeah.
Minerva Park.
You'll say them
I love
And it's
Minerva
Minerva
Park.
Park colors, isn't it?
I'm buying my drink, I need to keep it cool, so for another
Yeah.
dollar, I can get me.
How much do those cost? Do you
like
remember
40
off the top of
cents
your head?
each or something, I
I
don't
do
know.
You can
love
make
a
those.
koozie.
Yeah.
Do you think we
They
can
weren't-
make them for less than 40 cents a piece?
100%.
I honestly don't remember.
We can make
I
those.
I got them all from this site.
That's
so
my husband's hobby. He likes to make things with that
That's
machine.
his hobby? That's not his business?
Honestly, I don't remember which ones I
Does
got.
so much.
It should be his business.
It should
Yeah.
be.
Okay, so
Okay.
who, has anybody, this
Yeah.
isn't a bash or anything, has anybody been down to the pool at all during our pool days, not wine and cheese or not anything like that, you have been? Is there anything you can think of that you've been there and you were just like, and I'm thinking this because of this, is there something, cause I will tell you,
That cooler.
a towel, I can't tell you how many times I've gone and didn't have a towel,
Yeah.
probably didn't have a credit card either, but I'm
I
just.
like
But you
you
can buy it through
suggested
a
swim
marketplace.
diapers.
You can
Yeah.
buy it through a
Mhm.
marketplace, right?
Diaper, like
Swim
Like
diapers.
swim-
Yeah,
So-
swim diapers,
so yeah, think of-
suntan, sunscreen.
Yeah, that one's a good one,
Yeah.
really
I like
good.
that cooler. I like the
You guys were in
coolers.
here with the concierge
The
had
cooler.
at our little cabana thing, they had 3 different kinds of sunscreens for you, like, in case you forgot yours, they had towels.
That's what they had in the cabana when we were there.
Yeah.
Yeah, what else did they have? Like, they had waters. I mean, they had cocktails, but we don't have a liquor license, but that's a different story for a different time.
That would be
Um,
awesome.
What else? But yeah, they had like emergency, like, not at our resort, but they always have like an emergency, like, diaper
You're
situation.
Yeah.
so tired, I can tell, I'm sorry.
Yeah, we're good.
Well, just for the record, I wanna turn the baby pool into an adults only pool and turn that shed into a bar.
Okay, but like, I'm making
I would
another
like
one,
to
so I'm
slow
gonna
drinks down there.
disagree
I
with
would
you,
get to-
like, I need that baby pool for.
Okay, well, I'll give you 3 years and then we're turning it.
No coyote,
Okay.
ugly that thing.
After hours,
I'm fine with that.
during nap time.
What is it?
After hours, it's like a adult.
Ooh, yeah, I like that.
That would be great. That'd be nice.
Yeah, I think there's gonna be some opportunities for that kind of stuff.
So, yes, I don't wanna go too far. away.
So, okay, so
So,
just
I
as
think kept it
this,
simple.
come up with a budget
Yeah.
that you guys want to try to stay in with something like that, because the first thing we have to do is go to Leah.
Yeah.
Anytime, and this is for everybody that's sitting here, so anytime that, and this is just how this works, so, like the $350, and before I can approve, I can't tell you guys that we can do it, so what I do is I go to Leah and I say, okay, do we have $350 in the pool fund? Okay, whether the answer is yes or whether the answer is no. If it's no, you guys will see an appropriation, it's gonna come back to you, even if it's just $350. That just means I can't do anything until you guys appropriate that money. But let's just assume she can pull it somewhere from there. She'll be like, yes, so what she has to do is she has to do what's called a purchase order. That purchase order needs to be done before it is approved.
Yeah.
So for example, if you guys wanna say, I need $1,000 for merchandise, I'm gonna go to her tomorrow and say, okay, this is what they wanna do. It's not over the $3,000, it's not over this or that, it's not a contract, but I need, we have $1,000. Is it okay if we do it? She will then write a PO and it will say, for imprints, $1,000, and we can spend up to that $1,000 in that PO for that. We cannot go over it, we cannot do anything without her writing another PO. It doesn't mean we can't, it's just, she will verify that it's in there, she'll verify we don't need an appropriation. If she needs an appropriation, we have time.
Yeah.
So my point is if she tells me, I only have enough for maintenance, you guys already spent X and that's all we put in there for the software, I'm gonna do $1,000 appropriation, you guys will then see it and you guys can pass it, waive the readings, you guys can do whatever you wanna do. But I need you guys to get me an amount. So, and you're always more than welcome to email Leah and say, this is what we're looking to do, blah, 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 blah. I've already talked to the mayor and you can carbon copy me on it, whatever. But if we wanna do this merchandise, because this is gonna be a much larger, I will promise you that money is probably not sitting in there.
Yeah.
And the only reason I'm really saying all of this, we probably need to put together a budget if we're doing this all at the same time. So maybe tonight, if you guys can think about it, hot dogs, hamburgers, a grill, whatever, like that could go Parkland Fund, so let's leave that out. But how much are we gonna spend in waters, snacks, blah, 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 blah. If you guys wanna send, put 500 or 1,000 for opening weekend for merchandise, and I'm including, if it's 2,000, is it 3,000? What is it for? And it can be for multiple vendors, so it could be Sam's Club, it could be for, so I'm saying, you guys need to add,
Once you're gonna refill that fund.
right, so how much do you guys want me to ask Leah for? Because we may have to do an appropriation April, whatever, which is plenty of time, because most of these places only take a week, 2 weeks to get.
Right.
And we already know Sam's Club we're gonna walk in and buy it, so, but I would say for the hot dogs and hamburgers and all of the water, snacks, whatever, and this, put it in a lump sum, I'm gonna take it to Leah and say, do we have it? If we don't, we wanna do an appropriation, and there's there's 4 of you guys here, that's gonna be up to you guys to vote for it.
Okay.
So get that to me ASAP.
My only concern, because I'm the queen of doing this, are we biting off more than we can chew right now by implementing all of these changes that are great ideas, but are we doing too much all at once, and is it gonna be a little too crazy to do all this? I'm just playing devil's
I
advocate.
know. I,
We forgot.
I think opening weekend, you
we're
either go
okay.
big or go home, and here's the only reason that I'm in
And merch
agreement.
can be sold the whole
Right, but should we
year.
do merch separately though? That's a thing.
if we're gonna do it, we need to do it at the beginning, so we
Okay.
have all summer to sell it, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Because we don't wanna buy it in the middle of the summer and then have stuff left over at the end of the
And the
summer.
other thought is,
I
we
think we're gonna make
may,
a lot of money off merch,
Oh, yeah,
and not
sure.
that that's the,
No,
Right.
but it's all going back into the
it's all going
pool.
back into the pool fund.
and the other thing is we can
Yeah.
make sure that we're posting it, that people know that they can get it at the pool, so even if they're not going to the pool, they can go down there and get a towel, they can go down there and get a
Minerva
t-shirt.
Park cooler.
Yeah,
Minerva Park Pride.
So the other thing is, it's going to take people to actually come and help. I mean, that's gonna be the other thing. Like, I don't want to do all of this stuff and then everybody be like, well, it's Memorial Day
there.
weekend, I wanna go
I'll
out of
be
town,
there.
because trust me, I really do too, but we're not for this. I mean, we are not going out of town because of this. Like, that's a weekend that we're not gonna do it.
I have a zoo at my house, so I can't leave that often, so.
Yeah. So,
do
no.
we wanna come up with a dollar amount tonight for merch?
Well,
I think that's
yeah,
the
let's
bigger
do,
one.
let's do all three. I mean, what do you guys, okay, what do you guys think hot dogs, hamburgers, and buns for that one day is gonna cost? And I'm just saying hot dogs, hamburgers, buns, but you gotta give me a total.
How many people?
I mean, what did you say?
$1,000? That's
For hot dogs, hamburgers? I
I
don't
have
think
no
it's that
idea.
much.
For what, if
I was
we
gonna
did
say probably around
$1,000
$300.
for hot dogs, hamburgers, buns, condiments, plates,
Yeah, 'cause you need all of that.
napkins.
Yeah.
I think
That
1,000
sounds
would cover the grill too.
No.
But no, that's a
For
different fund.
real? You
That's a
really
different
think that
fund.
many?
I will tell you this, when I just spent money for this, and this is when Becky and I went, I spent over $300 to feed just us. Hot dogs, hamburgers, brats, buns. We didn't have any of the condiments down there, so I had to get ketchup, mustard, mayonnaise.
How many people?
20?
There wasn't even 20, probably
15?
15 max.
Right.
How
I
many
saw
hot
like
dogs are all
it was like a
eating?
jumbo thing at Costco though. Like that's
Yeah.
not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But meat's
I don't
expensive
know.
now.
I mean,
Like, panda
yeah, it's
is
double
crazy.
what it
If
was.
we don't spend it, we don't spend it, so it's better to
Yeah.
have.
Well,
I'll take it.
and then
I
it's
agree.
frozen, and don't take this wrong, but trust me, somebody here, the officers or whatever will go fire up, if we actually have a grill, they could fire it up on any time and they could eat it in different times, or
I'd
keep
come
it for the
down
4th of
there
July.
with them for a hamburger.
Yeah.
Well, we
Think
do
of
it,
that, how we could add that to our chatting with council on our summer
You
events.
have to cook
Yep.
it yourself though.
That would
if
be
you had a lot
super
left over, you could do it,
Yeah.
absolutely. And again, you could have a chatting with council down at the pool.
Oh, that's the best idea.
I think that's
Yeah,
a,
that'd be great.
I'd say $1,000 is appropriate.
yeah.
Okay.
I might would even go up a little bit, just
Okay.
Well,
I'd
is
rather
it,
be safe than
is
sorry.
it cover, that's not covering the grill, so $1,000 is hot dogs, hamburgers, condiments, all of the above. And again, we're selling it, so the odds are we're going to get some of that money back,
Hopefully we get all of it back.
and then
Hold
some.
on, let me just look up how much a hot dog costs at Costco. Let's
I
just see.
feel like.
The hot dogs aren't my concern, it's gonna be whether or not we have a vegetarian option and whether or not we're doing hamburgers, because that's where you get it. The hot dogs aren't the
We
problem.
bought burgers at Gordon's
What
for a
vegetarian
cookout here, I feel like it was,
Hot
what,
dog.
$25?
Just
Gordon's
Oh,
is
yeah,
more
one
expensive.
box.
Vegetarian hot dogs.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Gordon's is more
$15.
expensive
Yeah.
than Costco.
We
Just so
make
you
anything,
know.
like we make plant-based
Your
ground.
best
Like,
is more
I wasn't
expensive
trying to
than
be
Costco.
smart there.
No, not at all. I bought
Okay.
hot dogs not too long ago, and Anu was so afraid that I had bought real meat hot dogs, and he was like, "Do I tell her? Cause she's really liking these." They
Okay,
were-
Impossible Hot Burger Patty.
Yeah,
4 ounce, 8 count is $19.
Impossible is your most expensive
Right.
brand. You
Oh,
can
yeah.
also get them at great.
right, but here's the
great
thing,
value.
you're gonna charge people for them, it's not a 50 cent, it's not a $1 hot dog.
Right.
I mean, if you want that, everybody
Yeah,
knows you're,
very
it's
true.
just like going to McDonald's.
I mean, if we're spending $1,000, we should expect to at least
Get it
double
over
that.
half.
Alright,
Yeah.
40 count, quarter pound ground beef hamburger patty is $47.
What is it?
$47.
$47 for 40?
Yeah,
So
so
they're
more than a buck each.
they're a buck and change each.
So say,
plus funds.
Yeah,
which is
So
what,
it's
about
probably
50 for eight?
three, let's just say $3 per person. So let me look up tag fair.
I would assume,
let's,
with my basic numbers, I would assume you will have between 60 and 100 people down there. During that time period.
Oh my god, I love her. Don't eat my purse.
alright. Well,
Okay, so if we're doing concessions from noon to 5, let's go back. What time are we doing that? Did we determine hot dog and hamburger? Like, what time are we doing that? When are we running the girls? Cause if we're gonna
doing
try to,
Sunday, right? So
Sunday.
dinner, we're thinking dinner
Do you
time,
think
or
dinner or lunch would be
I
better?
think lunch is more.
What about like 1 to 3?
Where would you,
One to
okay,
three.
1 to
but
3.
think about it, do you wanna go to the pool when it's sunny at noon, or do you wanna go to the pool?
I only go to the pool from 11:30 to about 1.
Okay, so
I'm just telling you what I
lunchtime
do.
just makes more sense to me.
But I will tell you, it's
What
never
does-
crowded when I'm there. It doesn't start getting busy till after 1.
No earlier than 1.
I
No,
say 1 to
I wouldn't
3.
either.
1 to 3 sounds
Okay.
good.
1, here's how we'll do it, 1 to 3, and if it's really busy, we can continue to sell them until
Yeah,
we're done.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, true.
Or if we're not selling them at all, we don't have to, so 1 to 3.
Okay. And then, so $1,000 for, that's just for
Correct.
that one thing, then we need snacks, or concession snacks.
So what is 1 box of Reese cups? Like I saw how much they,
Those are
Okay.
like $40,
I
right? Like,
googled, I went,
chocolate's the most expensive thing.
Mhm.
okay, so I went to GFS and I took a picture,
Yeah,
so.
that spreadsheet.
I
We
do.
have candy bar filled assortment, 30 count of Twix, Milky Way, full-size Snickers. It was $28.49. For,
okay, so let's do this. If
that's
we want,
79 cents, wait, hold on, it says.
On my spreadsheet,
Oh,
I
look
got
at this.
5
Look.
cents per item.
Yeah.
So look, a box of M&Ms is $35.
okay, so let's just use $35 as a round number,
Yeah.
okay? And let's say we want 10 different kinds of candy, so that's $350.
Mhm.
Now let's do $35 times 10, so there's $350. Now we're gonna do bags of chips. You can get those big boxes of bags of chips for like what, $15 for a box of them?
Yeah. that
So
sounds
let's say
about
we
right.
do 5 boxes of those. So what is that?
75.
We're gonna use 100, cause I don't use even numbers.
What? Look, this, oh, that's the 1 ounce box.
And then let's do, if we do $4 for a case of water, I know it's cheaper, but $4, if we do 10 of those,
It's 400.
we're, let's see,
4 times 10 is 40.
40.
Food.
Water,
Super cheap.
yeah, so water's easy.
Soda, are we doing soda?
That's what I think, so I mean,
Yeah.
that's what, so if we're gonna do soda, that's where you're gonna get some of your, but I prefer cans.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
hate bottles.
So,
Then
look,
you
one,
proceed.
here's a 1.5 ounce bag of Lay's a box of Lay's potato chip, there's 64 in a box, it's $35.
So yeah, I mean, I think that one's good, I think, I'll even,
Yeah.
I'm gonna bump it, I'm gonna do $120 for chips.
And then 35 Cokes are $13.82. That's Coke.
35 Coke is $13.82.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do 15, and we're gonna say 5 different kinds.
Yep. Yeah, they're all about the same. Yep.
Guys, Kirkland Signature Ball of Water, 40 count, 48 case pallet is $440 and they'll deliver it to you.
I looked that up. It's actually more expensive
Then just going there and buying it. It is.
It is.
What?
Yep.
It's only $2.99 for 1 case.
I know, I just
So-
bought it yesterday.
So,
I thought it was $2.
Stacy, look, if you look here next to all the prices, it tells you how much they are each. And so
Yeah.
it's 24 cents each to buy it on the pallet as opposed to 12 cents each to buy
Hold
it by
on,
the
is
case.
Costco the same or different? Cause I'm in Costco.
Yeah, I'm on Sam's Club right now,
Yeah,
just cause they have a
Costco's-
membership.
$2 for a case of water.
Okay. Well, that's also not Kirkland or,
Kirkland's the best, okay, it's 0.23 per bottle. What do you have?
this is 0.12 for Natural Springs water. That's just the first on the list.
That's not bad, okay.
I feel, I think if we get the generic water and charge too much for it, people
Yeah,
might
that's
be
true.
upset with that. So I'd rather us spend just a little bit more on,
Okay, that works for me.
Water.
You're right, I agree with that.
because here's the Members Mark purified drinking water. It's only 2 cents a bottle cheaper,
Yeah,
so. So did we figure out a total, are you adding it up?
I'm adding.
Okay. And then there's March.
Costco doesn't really have great canned soda. They don't
Costco
do stuff
was
with-
definitely did not have packages of stuff as good as
Yeah,
Sam's Club
Sam's
did
Club,
resale
yeah.
stuff. What about merch? How much do we wanna put aside for merch?
Oh gosh, I
1,000.
don't know prices.
Yeah, I'm thinking 1,000 too, cause most of this stuff was like $300-400 for, we do 3 different things.
Okay, so we're doing
That's a fair
towels, koozies,
start.
and what, bumper decals or magnets?
Magnets.
I
Yeah.
like the magnet idea.
Yeah, I
think It's a great, are we just saying, what are we saying on it? Minerva Park Pride, Minerva Park Pool,
We just need to
Village of
figure it
Minerva
out. I
Park?
like Minerva Park Pride though.
I love that.
Yeah.
Sure.
We
I
can
like
put our
the-
logo behind it or something.
Like the tree, I think that's really classy, yeah.
Oh, yeah. And you gotta, I think it, yeah, let's show some pride in our neighborhood. I
That's
love
right.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I want people to be like, where's Minerva Park?
Uh-huh.
Is it
Yeah.
gonna
Oh,
be
they
an
have a monkey.
oval that's white,
It should be, I think it should be green.
like with the green logo and green
Yeah.
letters?
That's what I'm thinking.
Oh, I was
yeah.
imagining green with
Green
white
text.
letters.
Green with white,
Oh, you're
might
saying
show up
green and
better.
white. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, that probably would have.
I was thinking,
Like the
the
tree.
white with the black letters, like this national park thing, 'cause I like green a lot.
But
Okay.
the logo's green, right?
What'd you got?
Yeah.
No, I'm just thinking that we really need to bump up the chips thing. And my thought on the hot dogs and hamburgers, you need to do it like, my thought is you do a hot dog with a bag of chips and you do a hamburger with a bag of chips, like as a little
Combo.
package thing and do it that way.
Soda.
So we
You
might
can
need some more of
factor in
those.
Condiments and cheese and stuff too.
Mhm.
I'd say
Oh,
maybe
yeah,
$150 total.
Pickles. Yeah, I forgot about that part. Here's your plain hamburger.
Yeah.
I can't believe it's
Tanner would love that.
8:45.
I know.
Yeah.
Okay, so if we just stick with an even number here, $1,000 hot dogs and hamburgers, $1,000 for merchandise. I am putting the 1,000 for the grill down here, not that we would spend that much, but if we can do that from Parkland Fund, we'll start having, Brian and I will work on that tomorrow. And then I have $350 for the candy, $150 for chips. Water, I just did around $50, and then pop, I just did $100. Now, once we got there, they have,
That would only be like, oh, what did I say, $13?
yeah, it was only 13 for 35. So
Yeah.
I just figure if you have 5 different kinds,
Yeah,
I don't know that I would go crazy because again, if
Yeah.
that's a lot of pop for an entire weekend. And I mean, again, it's not the end of the world to go back, or we could go to GFS or whatever, but, and here's the other thing, if we run out of certain things, oh darn, you have to use the one that not everybody was, okay, if you have Diet Mountain Dew, I'm gonna buy that, but guess what, if you don't, I'm gonna drink something else. So then they start using the ones that you don't, same thing with the boxes of candy, like I don't wanna do 40 kinds, like I do wanna try to keep it. And the other part is the vending machines, and we have to make sure that we're in competition with the vending machines, because the vending machines are still gonna be there. They're gonna be used for ice cream, they're gonna be used for other things, so, we wanna make sure that we're not charging obviously more, or,
Yeah.
whatever. So anyways, 350, 455, 6. So I'm just gonna go 700 for concessions.
Okay.
And then merchandise if we just do 1,000. So I'll take this to Leah tomorrow and just see if we need to do an appropriation for the pool for opening weekend, and that's kind of what I'm gonna call it. Maybe play around with the actual merchandise, like, okay, if we did 5 beach towels, 5 swim diapers, 5 sunscreens, get a I'm using $1,000, but if you need me to adjust that. But I think if we just do, like I did 700 for this, so really what I think I'm gonna do is go 3,000 on that, and then the grill.
2,900, because then it's under your
Yeah.
number.
Well, it's because it's all totally different stuff, I don't think it'll matter. But yeah, we'll do that,
Right.
and then the grill.
David's about to fall asleep, but
Oh, no,
I
poor
really wanted to talk about Diversity Week,
Okay.
Go for it.
because I think we have some good ideas. Did we share them with you?
No.
I'll send
No, but I'm
an
good.
email. Who's the head of MPCA?
Monica,
Monica?
yeah, and she came up to me at the,
Okay, so we're already talking, okay.
yeah, and she's like, hey, I just wanna make sure you know who I was. I was like, yeah, you live around the corner from me, I know exactly who you are, I drive by your house every day.
I figured it was her, I just wanted to
Yeah.
make 100% they didn't change.
But
it last year.
she's loved the ideas I already pitched to her, so we talked about, so again, a week, right? We're talking Saturday is the plan for Arts in the Park, so we would start it that Sunday and go through the next weekend, Saturday.
What's that day?
June 7th, 6th.
Can we read that over there? I guess my
June
big old
sixth
calendar.
to what?
It would be that Sunday through,
Sunday is the 5th.
so the 5th through the 11th.
Okay, give me 1 second, this is the actual work stuff, I gotta run downstairs. To
Oh.
finish this, I'll be back, 2 seconds.
Okay. So June 5th through the 11th. We talked, like, I think what we start with on the 5th, like the 11th would be the big culmination, right? We kind of ended off with something on the 11th.
Okay.
But I think we do throughout the week, we do the giant tree down here at the community center, right? Where it's a tree stump base, right, painted on.
Handprints and
Huge
stuff.
canvas,
Yes.
yeah.
And honestly, we probably could just get a drop cloth from Home Depot. Cause I mean, they're
Stretch it.
canvas, right?
Stretch it, yeah.
And we just need to paint, you paint, don't you?
I don't paint.
Oh, I thought we did.
You know people who paint.
We just need to paint brown tree trunk, right? And then we get different colored paints. And people come down here, paint their hand and put it on.
Aww.
I also think we
And we can
could,
go in the new building, I think it's awesome,
Yeah.
huge, I
I
love
think we could
that.
also, before you put your hand down, you could also write your name if you wanted, like put a Sharpie, write your name and then put your hand over top of it. Then we can see people's names too, which I thought might be kinda cool. So that's something we could have all week long. Come down when the community building's open, maybe even come down in the evening,
You might have to set up some
a
times.
night or two, yeah, where people come down and can do that.
I love it.
And then I think we take pictures of it throughout the week too, right? And watch how it grows,
Show how it grows.
right? Because we wanna get people excited about it. So we're talking about, we wanna put on a piece of canvas and maybe just a drop cloth from Home Depot, something like that, where we paint the base of a tree on it, and then people come in through the week and put their handprints on it. Throughout the week, so we have different colors, people kind of put it in the color and then stamp their hand on the tree, make leaves.
Yep.
Put pictures of it throughout the week so they can see it grow and
That's
come to
awesome.
life, so that's one idea, and I think that really kind of takes it throughout the week.
Yeah, that's
and-
something that's week long.
And is really good with community involvement. And then the other thing that we talked about that is everyone puts flags up in their window, like printed out or
Yep.
something.
Yeah,
Where they're
talk
from
about
or.
Yeah, where their heritage, right? And then have a book on the website that parents can download and print it out, and it has all the different flags, and they do a scavenger hunt,
The kids
and they
can go
show
around
off,
and-
they check off which flags they see, and they can read a little blurb about the country and, some traditions and stuff like that. So those, to me, kind of take it throughout the week. It would be nice if we had one more thing that kind of took it throughout the week. But then on Saturday, we could have the kids come down and we could give them prizes or something like that. Some little goodie bag or something for filling out their flag. They're getting their book for, checking stuff off in
Yeah,
the book.
I love that.
Another recommendation we had was a taste of different nationalities or different countries.
And I will tell
I think food
you,
would be fantastic.
I have a couple Nepali friends at my house as we speak. The
Uh-huh.
way they show, again, their culture, that is the first thing that you get when you walk through the door.
Yeah,
That's how they
totally.
welcome a guest,
Yeah.
is by food.
Yeah.
I know that there would be a lot of people
Yeah.
that would love
So,
that.
so I think one question is, do we as the village purchase that food and then people come down here? Do we just say there's an admission fee and then you can have a little taste of something?
Why don't we do it, get,
Or, I mean,
so
we-
many people and do it like the Christmas party, to where we have different plates,
Mhm.
and then.
Well, I feel like they started doing that with the,
I am gonna say, probably
They
four.
did it at the block party.
but
Sort
they,
of.
right, but I don't think it,
Thank
I don't think it ended up being that way. I think that was the goal.
People had games from different countries
Okay.
at the
I
block
love it.
party.
Yeah, I remember that.
But I don't know that, I don't remember the food turnout,
The
like
food
what we're
turnout
trying.
didn't-
Yeah,
There were some people who were all about it, and then some people who just brought a pizza. I mean, not that that's not Chinese
Italian
or
or-
whatever
yeah.
it really is.
yeah.
I didn't know pizza was Chinese.
Pizza's not Chinese,
Isn't it originally?
Italian.
it's Italian.
Why do I think that?
I don't know.
I don't know.
That's
You could be right, we just
remarkable thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could all be very ignorant.
If it started there, it probably got
Where
better.
did pizza originate?
I'll just say
Um,
China.
Okay.
But
There you go.
At least everything I know isn't a lie.
So, is there something
I
else
needed
that we
that.
can do?
Um,
I just feel like we need one
I
more
think
activity
we
of
should
something.
find 3 or 4 different nationalities.
Uh-huh.
And I think we should sit down with them and maybe record, I can work on the video and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
Sit down with them, 5 minutes
Yeah.
with a local neighbor and how all of us together
Maybe-
make this neighborhood exactly
Maybe we
what
post,
we
maybe
love
each
about
day
it.
we post a video.
Ooh,
That goes
that'd be
along with it.
nice.
Yes.
Yeah, cause we can't call it a diversity week, right, and it only be a day.
Right,
Cause that's
right.
what the legislation is, right, we called it diversity
Well, I
week.
could have sworn it was the first weekend.
Say we
Okay,
do
maybe
3
that's-
videos, the other 2 or 4 days, we share fun facts about the traditions
Mhm.
of people from Nigeria, people
Uh-huh.
from, the Korean background. I know we have a huge Nepali community here,
Yeah.
I know that. Other ones I know we got a couple people from Kenya,
Yeah,
and I know she would be all
Mhm.
for sharing and doing a video.
yep,
So I think if we could do that, that way it's not so much video stuff, but that way we could even share ideas of games that they do, you know what I mean?
yeah, I
Just put a lot
thought,
of-
you know, cause this, I would hope this is not the first year we do this, I think we could have different themes like that. This year could be food, next year could be music or dancing or,
Yeah.
you know, something like that, and we could kind of rotate
And
different
again, I
things each year.
think the hardest part is getting people involved.
Yes,
And I think that's really where the key needs to be, because if it's just us doing it and
Right.
nobody's really,
Mhm.
but I think getting, doing like the food and all of that, which I think is the coolest part, is
Yes.
getting the people to actually,
We could reimburse them.
yeah.
well, I'm not even talking about the financial part to it, it's just, again, it's very,
Yeah.
Time
Time
and.
I mean,
I
honestly,
can't
there's
commit to
probably
that.
enough restaurants around here that we could order some stuff from and have it,
But
but
I
that's
think,
not as authentic.
I think our neighbors are so excited to
Go like
share their culture
I do
when
too.
they have the opportunity
Mhm.
for others that they see every day to understand a little bit
Right.
more about them.
Right.
I think they would be absolutely.
Or that's something.
And everybody's got a dish that wouldn't take much. Like when we talk about like momo or stuff like that, little dumplings, something,
Yeah.
oh, it's so good.
I think when I
Stuff
go to
like that.
Westerville Farmers Market, there's I think they're Haitian, and they have like they have a vegetable, they have a chicken, they have a fish and a meat one, and it's in this little pastry and it's so good. Oh my gosh. And
Why
I,
don't we get,
I was gonna say, one day I went up to the sweetest little girls that work it, and one day I went up, cause I always get the chicken and the meat, and I said, what's your favorite? And she said the fish. I'm thinking, do I wanna buy fish at a farmer's market that's been here, sitting here all day? And I was like,
Yeah.
I'll try it. Oh my gosh, it was so
Was it
good.
good?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it was the best thing ever.
You
So,
know, foodborne illness is just a myth anyway.
okay.
what if we make it easier and we just have a food truck with different nationalities?
I love that answer.
Food, different nationality
I mean-
food
I'm
trucks.
just saying, guys, I feel like this is like, it's a lot.
It is.
I like it, that's a lot.
It is
That's,
work.
I like that idea.
Well, look, David, I know I asked you if you'd kind of chair that diversity week.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Well,
Can you-
yes, but I'm not gonna be falling asleep 5 months from now.
Yeah,
that you know of.
Well,
I
possibly.
hope not.
Yeah, I will get in touch with Monica and see what the appetite for FECA involvement is, and if
Yeah.
there isn't a whole ton, I definitely
think-
love the food truck idea.
I think there is some, except,
I
Monica
swear-
indicated to me that she was excited about
Yeah.
it.
And I
See-
swear I wrote it I swear when I wrote this, it was
It
for the
may be.
first weekend.
It
So-
might be.
So we might not have to do, I mean, not that we should, we might not have to do so much to fill,
An entire
Let's
week.
see.
every
Right.
day.
yeah.
But one of the things that you could do, like, and I know it would be hard to do it with Arts in the Park, but if you had 2 or 3 or 4 different food trucks but actually do something here,
Last minute.
like if you did it on Sunday, like, I don't know if that's a bad way to do it, with Arts in the Park being Saturday, so if you did it on Sunday,
Ask them.
having 3 or 4, but then doing something, like,
I'll ask them on
to
the
tie it all
next
together.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, I think
Versus
that's what
everybody
we
just
do-
coming and
I think
getting-
that's what we do that Saturday afterwards. We'll start it that Sunday with the banner
Yeah,
and having people do that, and it will culminate with something
That would be
here
cool.
on that Saturday.
And we have a list of like food trucks like there's no tomorrow,
The
so.
thing is,
Do you feel like-
Saturday's really the event, right? The other stuff is just stuff that happens during the
Just
week.
happens during the
Yeah.
week, stuff that communications will do, we'll do your
Right.
posting and stuff like that.
Could we
Yeah.
kick it off on Saturday at Arts in the Park with the
I
banner
suppose.
because it's artistic?
Yeah, why not?
Oh, I love
Why
that.
not? We can do that.
And there's nothing, we had talked, Sarah and I had talked last year about maybe trying to find like a coloring station for kids or some sort of art making station for kids at Arts in
We
the
could have
Park.
that on that
We could
Saturday
do
too. There could be,
All about different nationality color pages
Yep.
for kids.
yep,
I think starting
I
at
would
Arts in
totally
the
help with
Park
that.
yeah,
would, I mean, I'll talk to Sarah about it. She's out of town right now, but
okay,
see if she's comfortable since Arts in the Park is her thing.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
I'll help
Sarah's
with you.
just
Yeah, I don't
such an
wanna
angel.
I don't wanna
Yeah.
step on there.
Yeah, she's, anything that she signs up for, I will help with, cause she's amazing.
She is.
Mhm.
She follows the.
Okay, well, I just don't wanna lose
Sure.
traction on it, so that's why I keep bringing it up, like, cause if we're gonna do something
so-
well,
Right.
Coloring
we
table.
do need to be working on it now,
Yeah,
so.
any other ideas? Anything else?
If you think of something, just email everyone, please, cause
I'm really
I
interested in helping with the coloring booth.
really have kind of scoured the
Cool.
internet for some ideas, and I really feel
Sounds
like it might take someone else to come up with something.
Well, I'm glad you say that, cause there's usually, I'm like, oh, that sounds like a great idea, I don't have any more,
Yeah.
so,
Yeah,
I'm out of ideas.
I'm a little-
Pool, I'm all in,
I'm a little
but like,
stuck
when
right
it comes to like doing, it's just not.
guys.
I know. You're good. The only other thing I had on here was
I'm not very creative.
anything we need to do with the playground or basketball court. I assume that falls under this
Is that
committee.
maintenance?
Is there anything we need to do, like,
So at this point in time, I'm not gonna, again, we're almost 9 o'clock, so, I have two different sizes for the structure that goes over there. You guys will eventually see that once we get to this point. I'm waiting for our attorney to get back to me to let me know what I legally have to do to either get this out to bid or to, request pricing for it, to make sure we've done our due diligence. She had emailed was it about 20 people you emailed, Barb? Like 20?
About what?
For the structure pricing?
Oh, a lot.
Oh, yeah, and we could not get anybody to, so the company that we have will likely end up, and none of us know who, like, it was somebody that, we met him out there, Eric and myself and Brian. They've been really cooperative, giving us, all this information from, pricing every time I email them, all that, so they're interested in doing it, but we really, because it's over $30,000, under 50,000, but it is so close to 50,000, I just wanna make sure that we've done everything that we need to do in case it goes over 50. Which, if it does, it's not the end of the world, because we have backup to support it, but that's probably the biggest thing that we're working on with all of that. I mean, as far as maintenance, Brian does tend to maintain it. Last year we did do mulch, I don't think we'll need to do that this year, at least over there. The basketball hoops and stuff like that are really, we actually have an extra net over here. It has not been utilized like it was before. So I think the structure is gonna be the biggest thing that you're gonna see over the next few. And the quick version I'll give to this, and it's a public record, but I can't tell you how many months we have worked on that over there and brought people out, and planning and zoning went over there, mapped it all out, and you name it, and then to get those emails from people from planning and zoning, like we had never talked about it, was like a total, and it's not I mean, I don't know that whose idea it was to start this whole thing, but this has been talked about for over a year.
right?
But anyways, as far as that goes, we are just waiting for next steps from legal, is the only reason that's not out, but honestly, I don't know of anything. Brian brought up the mulch last year. I don't know of anything else that really needs repaired, or I don't have any concerns over in that area. We do always talk about additional trash cans, park benches, anything like that. So that's always something, like if you think of, I would love to see some like recycling bins. We have had that request multiple times, just like the doggy poo poo things. That didn't go very well, just because, kids are kids, and that's, I'm
I
not
still
gonna
think
go.
we should have more of those.
They run, I mean, as soon as you put them out, they take all of the stuff out of it.
Catch who's doing it and fine them for littering.
How do you do that?
That, I'm not in disagreement.
You find who's doing it, just like
People
whoever
see 'em.
Does it, hell yeah, people sees it and find them, and if they don't like it, tell their
I
mom,
think,
pay your bills,
you
pay
know,
your bills. I
would-
mean it, pay your bills, don't destroy property.
I feel like
It's not
this is a
fair.
safety committee thing, but I would like to see some type of
Talking about goose
webcam
poop, you better watch
that
the dog poop.
focuses on the basketball court, maybe even on the pool.
We brought it up.
Okay, so
Honestly-
we actually have discussed that.
Yeah.
What is it?
And again,
A
it's gonna, it's
webcam
a,
that shows on the basketball court.
so,
I think about a
Some
mom
people
who
are
sent
gonna
their
get-
kids
yeah.
down there,
Yeah.
they're like, let me just check on Bobby and make sure
Yeah.
he's doing
But
all
remember
right.
the uproar with the license plate readers?
at the end of the day, I will say this, and again, I hate these things sometimes, but at the end of the day, you're not gonna please everybody.
Yeah.
I'm here to please the 80% of the people, and
Right.
it's just like somebody told me from day one when I started. You have the people up here that you will never make mad no matter what you do. You have the people down here, you could do anything in the world, you will never make them happy. That 80% of the people are the people that you do everything that you can to stay in the middle and make sure that you're not doing anything crazy. If you've got those 80% of those people are all ready to wring your neck, you're doing something wrong.
Yeah.
So when it comes to cams, I think a lot of people, first off, we already have this conversation. You can't go anywhere or do anything without everybody knowing where you're at. There are cameras everywhere. Every single person
That's a ring, yeah.
has a Ring. I mean, somebody either has a Ring camera, a Nest camera, or whatever the rest of them are. And I shouldn't say everybody does. There's a lot of people that don't. But I would say at least 50% of the houses go through here. I think 50% is probably a good number that have one or more cameras in some form. So for us to do it, we had thought about over by the, so yes, you're hitting it, the basketball court area. So the playground, the basketball court, whether there's one aiming this way and one this way, over, there's like, our reasoning was a little different, so yours is more of a webcam. Our thought was just so we have, if there's property damage or
Well,
anything
sure.
like that.
Sure.
But what was
Yeah.
it, a deer trail or something like that? They have these ones
Trail
that you can,
cams.
a trail cam.
Trail cam, yeah.
And then we were talking over, because we were getting graffiti in
Yeah, in the tunnel,
the
yeah.
tunnel, so we thought about one over in that area
Yeah.
as well,
And the
and then over the pool.
Oh yeah, they took stuff out of my blessing box and threw
Yes.
bottles of
Ew.
spaghetti sauce into our lake.
I mean,
Cool,
yeah,
cool.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
just, yeah,
I
so
know.
but
Into a
there's,
paper
there's
route.
again, a little bit of a conflict of what we actually want and what we
Yeah.
actually
Yeah.
need.
Yeah,
So, and Barb knows probably more about that than we care to talk about right now, but, you know, there are ways to do it that are feasible and are not super expensive, and it's just a matter of pushing forward and getting those things done. So I would say between
Well-
safety and maybe community, that's something that
the
you
pool
guys.
would be easy to, if we
Oh,
have
yeah,
Wi-Fi
because there's
down there
Wi-Fi
and
and
everything,
Wi-Fi.
that's easy to have.
I would love to
But-
see what
And
the
that's the
basketball
thing,
court-
Yeah.
I'd love
and
to
that's
see
the
it.
thing with the structure over there, our thought
Some
was,
of the stuff going
you know,
on.
we would either have to do it as a cellular, so
Right.
we have gone, we have
Logistics,
looked
yeah,
into it, we
yeah.
have definitely looked into it, but it's one of those that's always the first to fall off the radar.
Yeah.
So if somebody has the time to look into, this would be a great option. We have had somebody give us an option, but they told us $30,000 to $50,000, and that's not what we need.
No.
And because my point was, at some point, we can go get, there's electric right across the thing, we can go get Wi-Fi down there somehow, once we have a structure. You know, maybe we do some sort of closet in this structure
Yeah.
and we add a Wi-Fi box and all of the above, and now we have Wi-Fi down there. That may be the dumbest thing I
And
just said on
especially
recording.
if we're adding a shelter, we're gonna
Yeah.
need,
Absolutely.
I mean that.
Again, I just,
Oh, yeah.
for
I just
sure.
think if I was a parent, I would like to be able to go onto our website and say, oh, look, you know, I see my kids at the
Well,
pool,
the kid-
or,
Bobby's
Right,
not
or-
running around with all the poop bags
Hey.
from the dog
Yeah.
waste
Yeah.
receptacle.
But that was the point
hey,
over by
Bobby,
the trail,
you
yeah.
sat inside all day, no one's down at the basketball court, why don't you go down there?
Right.
Or no one's at the pool.
Get out of the
right
house.
now. Yeah,
Right.
So I think that there's multiple things when it comes to stuff like that. We have talked about it, and it's one of those that you guys are, you know, not, for the most part, you guys are the four. It's just, the thing I try to remind people is I'm part-time, Eric is part-time,
yeah,
she is part-time. We are all part-time, so it's very difficult to actually,
yep,
when you have a building being done, when you have sewers, when you have lakes, when you have streets, when you have all of the things that we all do, it's very difficult. I mean, I could spend, we all have a full-time job. Well, she doesn't, I don't think you do now, but
Thank you, God.
I mean, Eric has a full-time job. I also have a full-time job, so it's very difficult to put together all of the little things, and that's where we lacked, I will say, I don't have a problem saying it, we lacked over the last couple years. We've
Yeah.
not had some of the committees that were committed to bringing some of the stuff to the table. Because anybody can bring an idea to the table, but can you bring an idea that says, this is how I would go about doing this?
Yeah.
And that's what I've
Right.
seen you guys do differently, is it's not just bringing an idea, but bringing an idea, this is how much this company is, and this is how much, and then moving forward. Because we can all say this is a great idea, but then who do you want to do it? Her, me, all of the above?
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
Mayor,
So-
not cash.
exactly.
And
So,
solutions.
and solutions, I mean, we can all come to the table and say we would like to see this done, but you guys have shown that, you know, we really wanna do it, so I would say let's, and, you know, if somebody can get some ideas
Still have the
of,
excitement.
yeah. Well, I think, here's the other part, it's, if you start seeing results and you feel like you're bringing stuff to the table and these things are working out and you're actually working at the end of the day, you're seeing, you know, you actually got pull software, you're getting things done, it makes it more exciting to go to the next step. But when you bring something to the table and you have to fight, okay, I'm gonna say it. That walkway out there for the police department, I thought I was gonna rip my eyeballs out. Like, it was something that had been talked about for years and years and years, and it was just the constant meeting after meeting after meeting, fighting.
I don't know why it took so long.
Yeah.
But it's not just that. I mean, it's there was a lot of things like that, but it really takes the wind out of your sail. If you feel like you're doing all of this work, eventually you just feel like you're being,
Right.
yeah, so I get it. So there are times in which when you have people that are excited, you just kind of have to give a little and take a little when it comes to things like that. It doesn't always work out, but, okay, so it's 9:05.
Yep, it's adjourned. Are we good to adjourn?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
I'm gonna eat my own arm.